Hello, everybody. Welcome to the premier finals of the Counter-Strike Confederation. I am here, Atrax, your host, joined by Landon and Proto, our casters, as well as Nexus and Freeman, our observers, Mechatronic on production. Landon, Proto, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, same. It's gonna be a good night.
I'm excited for our match as well. We have AVI, the Owls, versus the Wagyu Warriors of Cow. Owls currently 8-2 for the regular season. They won their playoff match, their first playoff match against the Radon Royals, 2-1. And then the Wagyu Warriors, a bit of a comeback story, 0-6 for their first matches, but then brought it back with the last four wins and winning their first playoff match, 2-1. We have a banger of a match tonight. Gentlemen, are there any players to watch before we get into the series?
Well, I think a big thing to note here is that Cal will be using a sub in the likes of Pork Puller, standing in for Ethan's Chancer. A bit of an upgrade here, Ethan's Chancer, nothing to frown at. 1.07 for the season, but Pork Puller 1-2-2 in the four matches he's played. So I expect to see something dominant from him. I'd also like to add in Brew has been a stable player for Cal this entire season. He's at a 1.13. So those are the two to look out for Cal, and I will defer over to Proto for AVI here.
For AVI, I mean, it's like no mistake to look at Kando and just kind of grovel at the stats. A 1.31 across the season, and we saw in the playoff series last week that it's not just flash in the pan performances or anything. It's consistent. This guy is a fragging power on the server that cannot be trifled with. And then also ashamed on AVI's side, was not the top frag last week, but carried their weight and had a little bit more of a performance than the rest of the roster seemed to have. So yeah, I think those are the two big names to watch out for on AVI.
Yeah, and I want to talk just a little bit more about Pork Puller, the sub over on the Wagyu Warriors, playing four matches this season with an absolutely great rating, 1.22. How do you think that's going to come in for the Cows, or for the Wagyu Warriors, excuse me, for Cow? How do you think that's going to play into their match tonight against a really formidable team?
I think dominance is dominance no matter where you go, especially here in Premier, where it's, as I've said before, it's not so much team play as it is just aiming your gun and shooting at heads. And when you're dropping a 1, 2, 2, and 4 matches, I mean, he's number 5 right now. And if you exclude players that have played one match, he's more like number 3 ranked out of all Premier for the 4 games he's played. And he also has a little bit of chemistry. This is the second time he's subbed in for Ethan, so he's familiar with the team at this point as well. So it's gonna feel less like a sub and more just like that, like the backup player you pull in sometimes. And I think that that's gonna pay dividends for them here.
Yeah, for sure. Pork Pooler is a fantastic player in CSC and outside of CSC. Very solid, reliable fragger on his ESEA team as well. Just it doesn't matter what team he's on; he's going to frag out. Is what I've learned getting to watch him and see him play not just in CSC but in pugs and things like that. So I'm really excited to get to see him come in tonight and fill that star fragger role for Cal.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially against a very strong team, AVI, playing very strong maps. And we're going to talk a little bit now, moving into the maps. For AVI, right during their regular season, 3-1 on Anubis, 3-0 on Ancient, 2-0 on Overpass. I mean, what can the Wagyu Warriors pick here? How do they want to go about their pick and bans? I mean, like, especially they got three strong maps here. What do you think they can do?
I think we're gonna find out now as the veto should be up, so we should be able to see that firsthand. My assumptions are that we're gonna be seeing Anubis and Ancient going as their primary picks. And then off of that, who knows what the decider is going to be? It's really going to be a jump ball. I mean, Cal pulled out Nuke, a map they have yet to touch, to go into the finals of the semifinals. And then outside of that, AVI has been pretty consistent with their map pool. Once again, you're going to see Ancient and Nubis. I would assume. Outside of that, I'm not sure what they're going to go with for their decider.
I would expect to see an overpass, almost definitely. It seems like the map that neither team is probably a huge fan of. I know it was a decider for AVI last week, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that. If we see more punish pick bans coming out, I could see it maybe going to a Mirage or Vertigo, but I think we can definitely expect to see Anubis, probably Ancient here, and Overpass as the decider, as we can see on our screen right here. So looks like we will have Cal picking Anubis first for our first map, AVI picking Ancient for that second map, and for that decider, Overpass. So kind of a rerun of the maps we saw last week between Gas and AVI. But let's see how it works out for the Owls this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Inferno Mirage, kind of obvious bans there. Neither team playing them at all during the regular season. Um, but excited for the Anubis. In fact, Owls, one of their only losses during the regular season, one of two losses, was to the Wagyu Warriors on Anubis, 11-13. So definitely going to be a great map to start off on. Expecting people just coming out swinging all sorts of different strats, things of that nature. And then moving on into Ancient, again, another strong map for both teams. 2 and 3 for the Wagyu Warriors during the regular season, and 3-0 for the Owls.
Something I actually wanted to make note of here is Cow banned Nuke. It wasn't AVI, so Cow, even though they played the map and they got a 13-10 victory on it, decided to ban against it to lead us to Overpass, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I know Kando's really comfortable on Nuke. And I believe he's the captain for the Owls roster, so uh, not surprising to see kind of more of a punish ban, something that they might be a little less comfortable with against a team that's got good experience and really knows the map, especially out of their star fragger. That's not surprising at all to see come out of them. I honestly, this map pick is went about as I expected. So
Yeah. And we mentioned that sub earlier, Pork Puller, his only maps that he's played during the regular season were Ancient and Anubis. So definitely the sub coming in clutch for the Cows. Strong maps all around. I'm excited for the Counter-Strike that's going to be played here.
Can we say it's insane that Pork Puller is his name? I feel like we're dodging that. But that is a
Especially
wild name.
subbing for Cow in the finals.
It's he who pulls the pork, man.
Pulling the pork,
that's him.
potentially pulling the trophy. Will we see it? Who knows? The stakes are quite high.
Stakes.
I don't want to laugh. I don't even want to smile
We
at
have
that.
fun
It's
here
not worth it.
at the CSC. We are still waiting to get into the match. But I want to talk just a little bit more maybe about the previous playoff games for the Owls, losing on Anubis 7-13 against the Radon Royals. We mentioned earlier that it's kind of the start map, it's the first map. How do you think that that is going to play in coming into this final series?
Well, interestingly enough, it's basically the reverse, right? So Ancient is the map that the Wagyu Warriors won on. They lost on Anubis, and then you flip the script for AVI. So they both kind of got their preferred maps. So we could see a decent gap in map 1 and map 2, and then once again, map 3 is just a jump ball.
Yeah, I think it's gonna depend a lot on if each team can win their map picks out, especially Cal winning Anubis, right? I think we talked a little bit behind the scenes about how Cal might be a little more of the underdog in this game, especially if you look at the stat lines of each of their players. Cal's like a little more bunch of reliable fraggers, versus the Owls are way more of this star player built or centric lineup, right? So being able to win your Mac pick and maybe take them somewhere a little less comfortable to close out the series, I think that might come into play here. So it's really going to depend on the series, or the series for Cow is going to depend a lot more on winning their map pick and making sure they can take it to that third decider, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And I believe we are getting close to launching into the game. If I heard production correctly.
Coming soon, TM. It would seem we are
Coming
encroaching.
soon, TM.
Coming soon to the game. We will be. I think we actually. You know what? Let us get some predictions here from the panel as we momentarily begin this match.
I'm giving it to the Owls. They're the star player team. I'll go first, I guess.
I've got to go with Cow. I think the Owls are a really really good roster, as we saw with their win over Gas last week. But I really prefer these teams where different players can frag a little more reliably. I've got bias towards Sans, obviously. Won a trophy with that team, so there's some bias in there. But I don't know. I just think their build is a little more reliable, and it's going to get them through this series because, like I said, I think it's going to be a 3-map.
I agree.
3-mapper.
I think I'm also going to side with Cow here. AVI, very top heavy team. If you just look at the stats, which obviously aren't everything, but just from the baseline of it, you can see that there's a decent drop off after Ashamed and Kando. Also representing Cow, got that ring with them. We didn't get much more. Haven't got much since. So the highlights of my CSC career are with Sans and the boys. So I think I'm also gonna go with Cow here.
All right, 2-1 for Cow on the desk. Will they win it 2-1? Also, the prediction on the desk.
They got Pork
We
Puller, man.
will. That's true. They got Pork Puller, Anubis, and Ancient, the maps to be played for the first 2 maps, and also, like we mentioned earlier, Pork Puller's maps going through it. I want to talk more.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, do we have a stat line for the amount of the teams that have won with a sub? Because it has to be massive, right? Like I feel like there's always a situation in the finals is that one team has to have someone fill, and then usually it's some heartbreak story where the sub ends up getting the win over like the 5 team, the team of 5 that has all their players playing.
The sub buff.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be interesting to see.
The sub buff is real. I think I remember playing a season with a unusually high amount of subs and doing particularly well. And then we finally get all of our team on the server in finals, and we fall apart. So I've seen this one before from the Owls too. So that gives me another reason to favor Cow in this. Okay, I've seen this whole storyline play out firsthand. So, man, Pork is just so good.
The sub of the season, perhaps trying to maybe pull a JKS, pull a Jake out. Win the trophy as a sub. You always love to see it. But let's talk a little bit more about the other side. We mentioned the star power a little bit on the Cow side. Let's talk about Kando. 1.34 rating, absolutely insane. Do you think Kando can carry it for the Owls? Of course, other players very good on Owls, but do you think that that's going to be the X factor in this game?
I'm going to say right now, Kando can get you 7 rounds in a map, probably by himself, by just making crazy plays. So if the rest of the team can come together and give you 5 more, then that's most of your, you lock most of the maps here. The issue is getting those 5 more, or those 6 more that you require the full team to come along with. Because, I mean, how do you go you said 134, 102 ADR, 1.34, like, impact? Yeah, he's not flashing enemies, but, when you're killing everyone, who are you going to blind? So it's really, that is the question, is what can the rest of the team do for Kando?
Yeah, I think last week when they were playing against the Radon Royals, right? The Owls, they did have 2 subs. They had an elite pull up on top of that, but a lot of rounds, like you said, Kando was kind of pulling it across the line by himself a lot of the time. And it was really those moments where these lower stat line players, not the stars, stepped up and just kind of did their job, got their 1, got their 2, and were able to just get it across the line, just like you said, Landon. So I think you have a perfect read of how this match needs to go if the Owls want to win. They need their non-star fraggers to show up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, who is the in-game leader for both teams? Do we know?
I think Ethan was supposed to be the caller, but I don't know how that ended up going with his recent absence on Cow. And I think Kando IGL is for the Owls.
Okay. So IGL and Top Fragger
I will
single-handedly carrying AVI. Go
I
ahead.
will say there also is a thing in Premier where there's like a lot of teams I feel like don't actually have an IGL. It's kind of like the boys are just calling as they go. It's interesting. Cal definitely seems to have a little bit more structure. To be fair, the team they played last week, News Crew, actually had like defaults and setups to go with it. But most of the time, it really is just a call on the fly type situation. It's nothing that in depth. It's not like Elite where you see teams get on and practice outside of like matches. We don't have scrims either because we're doing double headers. So our playtime together is so limited.
From players and their egos thinking they don't need to practice, huh?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No practice, no caller, but we're getting it done. Owls, like we mentioned earlier, 8-2 regular season. Cow up against them. 4-6. I have been told we have 10 in the server. We are getting close, everyone. The Counter-Strike, the premier Counter-Strike is on its way shortly. We are just waiting for the start. Again, if you are just joining us, tonight is our premier finals, Owls versus the Wagyu Warriors. 8-2 during the regular season for the Owls, and 4-6 for the Wagyu Warriors. We are starting. We're going to take it to the casters. Landon, Proto, take us away as we get into game.
All right, folks, it's go time. We're live with the final Wagyu Warriors versus the Owls. It's going to be the Owls starting off on the T side. We have a guy standing in spawn, able to move. It looks like he's recovered, so they'll be going towards the A bomb site here early. 5-man play, a little water control taken, nothing to be found so far, as they're going to be go ahead and assaulting the A bomb site as a group. 5-man push. There's an immediate flank coming through. Nothing found so far. As I said, that Smart Superman does get one. May go for a second with the dualies. Doesn't get it, but kills are being found on the A bomb site. It has been taken over. The bomb can go down. Warpwiller is showing up with CVB in tandem, getting some kills. The bomb is planted, however. Rotations are on. There is a flank being set up. CVB throwing utility can be taking back A main as Pork Pillar gets another one in Tuxie. Now in the smoke. Limited HP, and he's dropped as well. So the Wagyu Warriors with a retake to open up the map, and they will be taking the first round of this finals.
Yeah, just that crumbled just as fast as it had picked up, huh? They got into the bomb site, got the bomb down, and then immediately got folded, trying to do anything more. Great plant at the very least, right? Especially with somebody getting lagged behind in spawn on what usually is probably more of a fast call. Interested to see how they follow up into this force.
We do see the full buy. We see a couple of informs out for the Wagyu Warriors, but I mean, pretty balanced overall, which is the way that the force after the bomb plant works for the T side. Owls are going to be contesting mid early, but a more passive default. Brew, aggressive here, no smoke down, so he's able to just take the duel straight up. We'll see how that plays out as he will be challenged soon. Smart Superman getting aggressed on, tees through mid, gets one, going for a second. The trades do come out, and Brew is still here. He sees a player drop. He sees him in the location. Mid is retaken over by the CTs, and Brew has a bit of a whiff down to 2 HP, but stays alive. Slowly moves along, bomb in hand. It's going to be ending towards A. Minute 10 to work with. There is a nade down. 0 smokes in the hands of the CTs, a couple flashbangs to work with, and Knight's going to get aggressive off of that lack of utility here.
Absolutely no fear out of him.
Full confidence and ashamed. Looks like he's going to be taking him on, but the bomb's actually pulling back. Going to be going towards the E-box position. B is open. There are Some players on the bomb site playing very passively towards CT. Brew is posted up, low HP as well. CVB can be regressing at the right time. Could get a timing here, could get picked off. Perfect positions, but the bomb site should still be theirs to take. They should be able to get the bomb down at the least. Drizzy pushing up through, is shamed right behind him. Slow as well. And they're going to be taking the site before planting. And once again, the timing works out. They're able to get back. Brew gets the information, tosses an HE in, no kills be found. And Drizzy catches CVB on the walk back. Now Brew, the closest player to the bomb site with it all to do is to get triple swung and knocked out. Slow gets the headshot, but there was 2 players there to assist. His Pork Puller is rotating through as well. But they've already fallen off here. They have 3 positions held right now. They have a crossfire set up. It's going to be an impossible round for them to get back into.
Yeah, I'm surprised if Pork Puller's not trying to save here already. Finds himself. Good. Tough 3v1. He's just going to call it off. Heard him though, and they're hunting. Endo. Not able to win that fight. But Ashamed is looking to meet him on the A bomb site, but not enough time on the clock, and yeah, they're just gonna finish out. I hate being in this position as a CT so bad, where you've won the pistol round, right? You get a really solid buy, and then you guys just collapse in the next one. It almost feels worse than when you've got to just pull that Deagle armor round out followed by a save, right? The scoreline might look kind of similar, but the feeling of it is just so much worse.
Your morale is low, so is your loss bonus. Just starting to build it up now, and you're going to be going aggressive here with the full investment. So if they lose this round, it's a forced save, and they're already on a horrendous buy. Going to be going through B main with a bit of a push. Not noticed yet. No one's holding the flank right now. This could be big. Smartest Superman keeping them entertained as CVB is on the flank. One player is walking back, and he has not been spotted yet, and this could be huge right now. Everyone's in front of him. He sees all of them. He goes for the shots, gets the first one, the 5-7, instant headshot, goes for a second, doesn't get it. Damage is done. Players are low. Unfortunately, the weapon advantage still going the way of the Owls as they take mid-control here. 3 players close, 2 towards the water. Pork Puller is aggressive, does have an M4 in hand, and if you want that player to have it, Brew here posted with the Desert Eagle. What can you do? Will the RNG gods be with him? They will as they deliver 1 kill. Going for a second, he gets it in the 3rd! Through the player's legs, he drops him! And Tej now all alone. 1 versus 4, bomb in hand. He's going to go back towards mid, but what can he do here? 55 seconds and 1 kill found. Now 1 versus 3, smoke being dropped. We're going for the cross here. A bit of a whiff, but it doesn't matter. Brew on the flank fast. He's going to have 1 player towards camera falling back in Night T. So it's going to be a tough take for him right now, and he's deferring towards the B bomb site, looking to push his own smoke. There's a gap to work with. Pork Puller falling back, playing it perfectly. He is holding towards this angle, is aware of this position. Nothing to be found is he's going to be wrapping through CT. The long con is in play, but 28 seconds, not a lot of time to work with. Gonna have to speed up them steps there. Still being silent, but still Pork Puller just posted. He won't be seen here. Clock getting lower again. He might have to walk up and plant. 15 seconds to work with, and Pork Puller peaks at the perfect time. A lot of P's in that sentence. And gets the kill as Wagyu Warriors bouncing back once again now to a 2-1 scoreline.
What a play out of Brew. I mean, what else is there to say about that round? Just 1 Deagle on the B bomb site, and he takes the round and turns it on its head. With that, what, 3 shots, 4 shots? Doesn't even empty the mag. Amazing, just pulling them right out of that little slump with the hero rifles, and it's not even the rifles that do it, man.
Desert Eagle pops off there. The pistol's working out. Premier very much a coin flip when it comes to those, and Brew once again taking the gamble. The 50-50 on if he can win this fight. The players on the other side, though, far worse as far as weapons are concerned. But already beating the smoke. This deep smoke's not going to work because we already have a player aggressed by Tej. Brew slowly clearing. It might get double swung here in a second. It looks like it might happen. 3, 2, 1, and he's out of there. Perfect timing on his move. Tuxie and Drizzy, nothing to be found there. Is a shame. Just playing passive outside B, waiting for any aggression. Nothing to be found, but the B split is on, and Brew once again set up for multiple kills. Gets 1, goes for the COD reload. 20 bullets still left in the chamber, but he gets knocked out right there. And Drizzy able to aggress off that. Pork Puller is being spammed, not moving. A statue in place, and he gets a kill that way. Slow now. Having over the bomb site. And Drizzy still coming through. Pork Puller back in his position, swings. No kill to be found. Drizzy is picking it up. He is dropped as well with the bomb. Tej is far behind, slows on the bomb site. This 3 versus 2, the advantage still going the way of the Wagyu Warriors. As Sparta Superman catches Tej with his pants down and slow on the ground with him as well. 3-1 Wagyu Warriors starting to build a little bit of round score here.
This is actually exactly what you want to see on this Anubis CT side, is being able to build your money as fast as possible, but just like really want to recognize how well played that was from the Wagyu Warriors all around, right? They were very careful. A little bit of that mishap in E-Box, but it looked like they were trying to play passive, figure out where the T's were wanting to end, and just pulling back so they could play their crossfires. And that's, I mean, that's just good CS. Anybody who's in Premiere knows how to do that, but it's just beautiful to see them actually stick to it and not just try to pug demon it out.
100%. Teamwork right now. I think the repositionings are massive for the Wagyu Warriors, as they're going to be going against the FAD block train through. Damage dealt, but Brew is just cleaning it up. Gets to CBB with a 1 and nade out as well. Main advantage. And AK is recovered, excuse me, and M4 by Ashamed here. He's going to go aggressive with his pistol anyways. Both players dropping the Molotov, AK combo, CBB farming up some money here, but this round of win as we expected it.
Yeah, just desperate for some space there, trying to make something happen before it was too late. Nothing too much to write home about, but like I said, this is a good start for their. This is a really good foundation for their economy. T's are going to be able to actually get a buy round in off that plant, but the CTs, I mean, on your map pick, you should expect this level of dominance, but let's see if they can keep it going.
There is a bit of an odd one out scenario here for the Wagyu Warriors with the ADR Knight. Currently at a solid 4. Hasn't really had to do much yet, to be fair. It is a 4-1 score line. And back into a more traditional round, the mid utility being thrown out from both teams here. Nothing crazy, a standard default. Looking like it could challenge toward E-Box. Oh, there's a smoke, and it's light. What are they doing? Throw it from spawn. Brew gets 1.
Buxy just focused on him in there, a little fixated, but DJ finding a pickup mid on Superman. Poor Fuller catches the timing, gets TJ and slow in middle, and they're just gonna, the Owls are gonna grind to a halt. They were kind of hinging on that mid presence, that mid take. Looks like they wanted to end E.
Ooh. And look at that. Now, 1 versus 3. Kando does have the bomb, was smoked out. CVB's holding for the aggression, and this Molotov he's not going to throw, but that nade will do damage, and more than that, it will leak his position. Now, CVB being rather aggressive in this smoke, and they might get timinged here. They walk by and know he's in the perfect position.
Oh.
A couple of tough shots, but Kando does get knocked down. It could have been something big there, but the smoke not deep enough.
Ships passing in the night, man. I'd be curious to see. Yeah, this is what I was expecting, was a timeout here. They're playing these slow defaulty, just kind of trying to feel out where the CTs are, and it's not really working. They're getting picked apart a lot of these rounds, and just kind of sloppy. It's not ideal. A lot of these round winners from the Wagyu Warriors has been individual plays, which is usually a result of not playing as tight as you need to, or getting caught off guard like we saw in mid. So I'm curious to see maybe an exec come out here, something just to change of pace in some way or another.
It seems that they're aware of Brew's presence now. That smoke was a little late, but I'm assuming we're going to see it more consistently now. I'm assuming it's some part of their default, and then maybe the timings were just off with Tej on the cross, but does get picked off easily. Going into this round, we're going to be seeing probably something a little bit faster. We do have the MAC-10 in play here. And as I say that, it seems rather standard. It is the standard default they have. No smoke down, so Kandruz could get picked off again. There's 2 players fighting right now, with utility being thrown at him, and he does get picked up by CVB playing in front of the smoke. Smart Superman gets a 1 towards mid as well. And now I say that it's actually on the bomb site, so the lurk is gone. The bomb recovered. But now a 3 versus 5 with a minute 25 on the clock.
Still this slow crawl. Not much going around the map outside of those expected opening duels, and CTs just have both bomb sites fortified. Grouping outside A main. Like that's where they want to finish. Not much util to flush out too many of these spots. Flash going over. Right! Gets 2 in A main. And TJ's gonna swing to try to get the trade, and it's just not gonna happen. Not with that MAC-10. yeah, again, I mean, just individual Knight stepping up and getting his first 2 kills of the game, winning the round basically off of it.
2 and 2, 35 ADR, 2 frags, and an impactful round for him as well. You just saw the slow walk into his crosshair. The flashbang was there, but he did not care. Blind fire gets him a second kill in the round and a second kill on the board. 6-1 is the scoreline as the Wagyu Warriors are beginning to get some distance here. And we have a deco in play, a couple tech 9s. You have 1 smoke, multiple flashbangs. This is a play. It looks like it's going to be an A rush, so Knight T is going to be challenged again. Knight, however you want to save with that Molotov, is going to be his saving grace as he delays the push, gets the information. HE out, doesn't hit anything but the wall. As I said, the Shame actually catches it. Touchdown, Tom Brady. A touchdown for Knight T as he gets 1. The opposite here, and Swear Superman is picked off, and oh no. Oh no, the op was compromised. The CVB is close to the retake. We'll have a flank coming through as well, but the bomb will go down. The clock is ticking. It's in the hands of all the CTs, but a couple rifles recovered by the Owls here. CVB can be the first phase. Can Drizzy held up here. Tech 9 in hand and gets knocked down, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Still the man advantage going for the Owls. Eagle posted. Pork Puller, the hero of multiple rounds, showing up as Brew gets 1 T just holding with the op and gets the kill. Now it's all down to Brew. Throws an HE in. He's going to connect, do some damage, and gets the kill. Now 1 versus 1. He gets it as well. Tuxie dropped the HE there, but look at the time.
He's surely got it.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
fine. 7-1. And he's dancing. He's kickflipping on the op and then picks it up.
Just when you think they've got something cooking, they just have it ripped from them. That nade. That beautiful nade to back Cake. Baiting of the op shot to force TJ back into that nade. Just beautiful. Beautifully played on the retake. A little bit sloppy on the sight hold, but you know, the man disadvantage cannot be understated, whether they had worse guns or not.
7-1. Another op in play. Teej just pick it up. Our Superman back on it himself, and they're not throwing the smoke, and Brew gets another free one. And this time it's Kando. That's a big name to take early into the round. Teej just traded back, however. 4 versus 4. Pork Puller still alive. CVB having the game right now, 11-3, along with Brew's 12-5. The dominance and the kills definitely going for the side of the Wagyu Warriors as they are up 7-1, having a very convincing CT side in the first map of this best-of-3 final.
Yeah, very comfortable on their map pick. This is exactly what I think we need to see if we want to see this be a competitive series, like we were saying in pre-match, right? We expected the Wagyu Warriors to be comfortable and do well here. This strong of a showing on CT side Anubis, though, is definitely not what I was expecting.
Tej does fight back, held that position forever. CVB eventually gets impatient, walks into the kill. Right now, the thing to be noticed is a lack of utility being thrown by the Owls here. May not have that depth as far as utility is concerned. They have the aim right now, but having to blind walk into multiple fights here so far. Toxie leaning back. Pork Puller still in mid. Might have a timing here. Smart Superman readjusting for the E-box position. Pork Puller, the timing doesn't work out. He drops out with the knife in hand, and it doesn't matter. Toxie gets brained on. We saw a YY ladder stall in CS2. And a Shame now walking into the bomb site. Smoke down towards Temple. Rotations are coming through for Pork Puller as he sees 2, gets 1. Going for a second one. Upgrades to another M4. Molotov out's going to keep the plant from going down.
Right on top of the
Shame.
bomb. There's 10 seconds.
Oh, no. The no-scope through the smoke to end it. 8-1. Wagyu Warriors. It's dominant. It is dominant right now.
What a play. And it almost looked like they read that wrong, right? It almost looks like Pork Puller didn't see anybody in that canals area other than Tuxie and just assumed, you know, B bomb site's clear, let's rotate off to A. And they almost got cut out of position there, but I think the util was sloppy enough and the take was sloppy enough in turn that just ended up working out for Pork Puller anyways. Yes. The legendary call from Freeman himself. Rush. B.
It's an ancient strat. It's an oldie but a goldie. It does work. And we could see it busted out here.
Something's got to change. I mean, a pace change has been waited for. It looks like Brew just peeks E-Box and gets 1 for free almost every round. And even the rounds where he gives it back to you, you're not capitalizing on it. They've got to do something different here. I mean, clearly this slow, individual-focused map control taking style is just not working right now.
And a bit of a changeup. We did see the E-box smoke thrown from spawn. Brew has been negated for the time being, but on the flip side, zero map control being taken. I mean, they have water, they have canals. Granted, that's been given to them, but outside of that, nothing to really brag about. A slow does get a spam through the smoke to knock out Pork Puller. Once again, a big scalp to take here. Smart Superman is posted with the AWP, misses the shot, gets tagged, is caught in motion here, is getting pushed out. Molotov down, he has to take the fights, and he does not get the kill. And now the A bomb site is theirs for the taking. Night T here needs more than 3 as he opens up with 1 and fades away in the night. Now a 4 versus 3. The retake is on. Brew is on his way. They will have players coming in from every position, which is nice. The CVB and Net are going to aggress before the rotation is even through. The bomb is ticking away. Now Brew 1 versus 3, kid in hand. And it looks like he's going to be going for this. They do have the rounds to work with and the money.
Yeah, not ready for that fight right there with TJ. And I mean, Superman's single mistake. I mean, I know the slow pick came in, and that meant that there was basically nobody to rotate over to A. But Superman kind of creeping forward, I guess, to get closer to the pillar for cover. Just looks like it ends up costing them a round. If he had just held his nerve for a couple seconds longer, it probably would have been a free kill, maybe even a collat kill.
And I don't want to say this, but I think they should keep smoking E-box here. And it looks like they will be again. Taking Brew out of the round at least early. But once again, back to this very standard default. On the flip side of that, though, Tish is getting rather aggressive towards E-box. Already there is going to nade the smoke to try to take the duel, and then loses the fight. Does a shame. Pork Puller getting 1 elsewhere. Tish is close. CVB peeks. It doesn't see him. The smoke re-blooms. Molotov in his hand. Smarter Superman towards mid, and it looks like all map control they gained is going to be lost once again. The only advantage they have right now is Tuxie, who has made his way partially into A main. Outside of that, nothing to work with as the bomb is leaning towards B.
We're rotating over to B. The CTs are here waiting for it. Oh, they're walking away. Knight on this A site. 4 and 4. That is moments, but looks like he's gonna have to come big in a second.
Smart Superman getting information, but no kills to be found. There's gonna be a duel in A main at any moment, but Brew's already rotated it over. Utility dire, but 1 Molotov to work with, and it is thrown to the ground, and Tuxie actually gets burned by it. They're regrouping. 40 seconds. They could go back to B, but it would be a full sprint. They're not going to. 1 flashbang out. Brew is in position. He is at the cakewalk, and Slow taking 1. Brew gets 1, going for 2. Smart Superman is there to assist him. He gets dropped, and now it's a 2 versus 3 with the bomb going down. 23 seconds, and oh my god, Tuxie gets 2. Bomb planted. Pork Puller. 1 kill, needs to find 2 more. He's going to be rotating through right now, going for the duel. Here comes the peek, and he is dropped by Slow. And Owls starting to build a T-side here in the second half of the first round.
Wow. I mean, they finally clawed their way out of those early man disadvantage situations that they seem to keep getting themselves in, but it's kind of too late on the Nubis T side to be. You're kind of just thanking the Wagyu Warriors for handing that over more than you are, you know, congratulating yourself on winning a hard-fought round. 8 and 3, 8 and 4 best case. They need this last one to make this a much more doable game.
That is true. T just posted with AWP, and we're going to be seeing one of the rougher buys the Wagyu Warriors have had to deal with in this game as Pork Puller is revving up and goes through and gets knocked down immediately. Once again, interesting to sacrifice his life, being one of the better players on the team right now, but he is gone. We can move on from that. The UMP is in play for Smart Superman. Now, that is a rare sighting, to say the least. We'll see how it works out for them so far. They have already lost the man advantage, regaining it right now to a 4-4 split by Knight. Getting the aggressive flank coming through. Brew tagged down, has to fall out of mid. The bomb once again regrouping towards the A bomb site. Brew does get 1. Can he get 2 here? He's going to go for the peek. Gets the information. Better yet, keeps himself alive. You should have the players rotating through as he goes aggressive.
One there.
And they trade. 3 versus 2 now. And the advantage is towards the CTs. CVB's posted, tag his teammate, but doesn't kill him as Slow is dropped, and now Tej 1 versus 3, AWP in hand. Bomb is down. There's nothing he can do here. He catches a player looking at the wall. Interesting, to say the least, but still 2 more heads to be taken. Bomb. Not recovered. He's going to switch to the AK-47. Has 11 bullets in the magazine. Gets 1, but not the second. Quick frag, but Knight coming back once again. Now 6-5, going positive from his 4 ADR start to this game. The Wagyu Warriors ending the half with a win.
Just dominance the entire half. I mean, there's those 3 rounds, but just dominance from the Wagyu Warriors. All I can say is that Hull should be happy this isn't their math pick, and they might want to remember that going into this second half and probably this second map as well, because it's not looking too good for them as we walk into their CT side, which is, I mean, definitely known to be the harder side of Anubis.
A big thing to point out here, and we're just gonna, I think at this point, if you're the Owls, you don't concede the game, but you just accept that you may lose it, because both Kando and Ashamed here, 4 and 5 kills to themselves. The 2 star players we said to look out for in the match have yet to come alive. Of course, they are going to lose their map pick in Ancient, and they're going to need it to get towards Overpass here, because it's looking like it's going to be a dominant start for the Wagyu Warriors as they get the first kill, and the second, and the third. Brew putting on a clinic, and now the shops are closed. Ashamed rotating through, slow as well, grouped up together, going to nade. No information found. CVB is posted. This round should be all but done with. As CVB gets his head taken off, however, so it is a 4 versus 2, but Pork Puller on the flank gets 1, going for his second of the round. It's a little aggressive, does a little steezy way into the burst headshot. 10-3. The egos are bad. They're checked out. They're on the plane flying home right now. Their destination Ancient.
What can you do? I mean, what can you do? It's just like nothing can go wrong for them. It doesn't matter if you're fighting them while they're blind, apparently. It doesn't matter if you're trading out against them. It feels so oppressive at this point that you kind of do just have to GG go next. I'd be surprised if they grind back into this.
It all starts here. They went for the force buy, and Brew is hitting flying. Mac 10s, and Knight is getting 2 as well. And already the round is going towards an end. We're going to see a similar setup here with the 2 players through tempo rotating in. Pork Puller gets 1. Egos him. Goes home. Smoke down. Molotov through as well. The full arsenal is being thrown at Slow. Bomb is down on the A bomb site. The hunt is already on. Slow is posted for 1. Gets none. That's got to hurt. 11-3. We are 2 rounds away potentially from Wagyu Warriors taking Anubis in dominant fashion.
Yeah, and they have to concede match point here. I mean, they have nothing. They have nothing to work with. If you buy in here, you're basically giving away the map, but they're gonna have to concede this. We're probably gonna have a little bit of a all CTs push out B main and die to 2 guys round, but it's gonna take a miracle for them to get back into this for sure. I'm hoping Ancient is a much more entertaining watch, because this is just brutal.
Right now, the Wagyu Warriors looking like non-believers, not going to let a prayer through as they once again do the same play 3 times. Straight through mid, and it works out as Knight is able to take down Tej. No kills going their way. Kando is close. Pork Puller already hunting as well as Brew. Ashamed gets 1. Ashamed gets 1. That's all that's found. Bomb going down on the B bomb site, so they ran a fake against pistols, and Ashamed does get 1. He isn't a great retake. He could get the site back. Unfortunately, it's the wrong site, but CVB through the fire and the flames knocks him down anyways, and guns are lost for the Wagyu Warriors, but they have more than enough to work with going into the final round of the map, potentially.
I can tell you the cows are having fun right now. That's really all I can say with the way they ran at those ecos. They let the bomb go down on the opposite bomb site and just sprinted at where the pistols were. So, they're having a good time. I'm not so sure about the Owls, but, the Wagyu Warriors are having a blast at the moment.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it. And it looks like the cows are not going to be mending anything. No fences to be fixed here as they go through mid. Once again, it looks like they're setting up, and there they go. It's time to fly. Knight T with a gator out. Looks like he might be the entry player here. Deciding not to, hitting a quick reload. Tuxie has the panic call coming through. His 3 Molotovs come his way as well as the smoke. He does do some damage. The information is out, and it looks like the cows don't care. They might get a little burnt here, a little extra crispy. Definitely not medium rare. Doesn't matter as the kills go their way. Kando does bounce back with 1, and here comes the sawed off and Pork Puller bombing in. Oh my god, it's a clinic. It's a murder. pulling his pork all the way through the smoke with the shotgun.
Come on, man.
Up to the AK-47. Smart Superman gets one with the op, and it looks like it's all for naught as Tej posted with a shame. They're going to be going for the 2-man retake through the camera, but you're not going to want to see this on film, folks, because it looks like utter dominance coming in from the cows and Tej. Oh my god, Pork Puller ends the game 18-5 with 3 of the dumbest kills we've ever seen, as they have a 13-3 dominant victory in map 1.
That wasn't Counter-Strike, man. That was a little bit of a refrag session or something, or some retake server, something weird. That was something out of Pork Puller is all I can really say. Just what a stomp.
Yeah.
What just happened? I mean, I expected a game to be played, but certainly not that one. I mean, my goodness. Ooh, 3-9 for AVI, or I'm sorry, 3 for AVI, 9 for Cow on the CT side of Anubis, which in my experience, which is not that great, but still, Anubis on CT side is rough. What on earth? I mean, Cow were just unstoppable.
It was domination. They were winning the opening duels. They were letting Brew just hunt them, E-Box, and getting the main advantage at the beginning of every round. Eventually, they adapted with 3 rounds left in the half and decided to maybe smoke him off to change the pace up, but it wasn't enough. And, you know, the 2 big things you got to look at here are 2 players. Their names are Kando and Ashamed. Neither of them woke up yet. You know, maybe they were saving their energy for Ancient, but, I mean, if that's what we're going to get out of them, then this should be a smooth 2-0 for Cal. Everyone was popping off for the boys. It wasn't just Pork Puller. It wasn't just Bruce. CVB had an insane game, especially on the CT side in the half. And then, yeah, there's only so much you can analyze in a stomp like this. This is definitely a GG go next. The AVI has to focus up for sure going into their map pool, but I mean, who knows what the morale is like going into the second map of this best of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second map for our best of 3, Ancient, going into it, what is it like for AVI? What do they have to do now here on Ancient in order to stop the Wagyu Warriors?
They need to stomp back. I mean, I don't think it could be put any other way. After a game like that, the momentum is so heavily in the Wagyu Warriors' favor that they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to hope they start strong, or they might kind of just snowball into an 0-2 loss. I will say, last week we saw both of these maps when the Owls played the Radon Royals, and it was kind of a similar result on Anubis. Not quite as bad as this one by any means, but you know, it was definitely favored into the gas team side. The Owls didn't look all that impressive on it, so coming into it this time, I wasn't expecting all that much, but nothing quite to that degree.
Yeah. Well, Wagyu Warriors up 1-0 and a dominant 1-0 that is. We're going to throw it to a quick break. We'll be back with Ancient shortly.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh,
Sorry,
welcome back, everybody.
sorry.
Welcome back, everybody, to CSC Premiere Night. It is the finals. Cow, they were the ones doing the slaughtering over on Anubis. The final 13-3. And we're getting ready for Ancient here. Will we see another slaughter? Will AVI be able to fight back? Gentlemen, what are you thinking?
Gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, Chief. They have to start off hot. I think if they lose pistol, or if they win pistol and then lose the following round, as we've seen before, it's gonna be real tough here. Cow, the biggest bet for AVI here is that Cow overheats, which could happen after having such a dominant map 1. But if they don't, and if they play their game, then this should be a 2-0. But you never know. Once again, the question marks of Kando and Shame, they can come alive at any moment. So we just got to see when that moment is.
I think they'll. I said it a little bit before break, but they've just got to be able to halt the momentum, get some solid foundations, and play the map out. It's their map pick. They're clearly comfortable on it. They stomped gas on it last week. I mean, they have 100% win rate on it across in season and postseason. Versus, I think Cow has like a 60% win rate or something on it across 4 or 6 picks. So definitely much lower performance expected out of them compared to Anubis. So I think we should be able to see a good game here at least. But we're gonna head over to the game here. Looks like they're getting started on Ancient.
Essentially, final map of S13 is now live. There's up side. It's the preferred pace for most teams to start on this map, but a fast B coming through. The rush is on, and Pork Cooler is here to defend. So far, no kills to be found, but damage is done. He gets 1, and Trade as Shame fights back. Now 4 versus 4. The bomb is planted. Slow gets 1 as well. 3 versus 4. Man advantage in the bomb down here for the Owls. Kando pushing through as well as Shame posted. And the retake is on, folks. All players through short right now, and it's all about timing. When does Shame take his swing, and does he get 1, maybe 2? Brew ding to low, and Slow gets 1. Knight trading back, but here we go. The pistol round going the way of Owls. The question mark is, can they get the follow-up round?
I mean, T-side force buy against CT USPs or maybe Deagles is usually quite a bit easier than the other way around, right? But that's exactly the kind of start they needed. I find that a really interesting take, actually. They kind of just have that guy on pillar sitting there, and everybody fights on that guy basically being the main point of contact. So just like a really good post plant, a really good take. A nice change of pace from what we saw in Anubis, really.
Gamble X towards the let me try that one more time. A gamble stack towards the A bomb site coming through. Brew with his Desert Eagle in hand has done great things with it. Nothing to be found yet. Delivery still in the mail, and Pork Cooler spamming through as well. Smart Superman does have an angle and gets his first kill. Does not get the second. Brew losing his life for that as a nade comes through, and Tej is down. But now 1 versus 3, and Pork Cooler put to rest. 2-0 Owls making better of their first attempt on Anubis here. Now up 2-0 to start the game.
No funny business this time, Pork Cooler. Let's get a gun run going. I'm curious to see what the mid take here looks like for the Wagyu Warriors. I feel like it's such an important part of playing on CT on this map is being able to at least combat mid effectively. So I really want to see what their mid take is looking like. Is it strong? Is it just kind of serviceable?
Pork Cooler revving up here, gets 1. He flashed himself, and Pork gets 2 before being dropped by Kando. An immediate made advantage as CVB gets 1 towards mid, and Tej does fight back, but now he's the only body left. Ooh. Goes for the flick, doesn't hit it, and here we go. Wagyu Warriors in an instant with their first round on the board after an aggressive mid and donut cave push coming through, and Pork Cooler showing why he is the super sub here, getting 2 as a self flash does come in from the Owls, but now they're on the back ropes.
Oh, blink and you'll miss it. That was... I couldn't even process what happened there quite that fast. It looked like just Pork Puller got 2, and then he missed a flick, and then the round was over. Like, what the heck?
And here we go. Another fast one. Pork Puller lined up, same position. Gets 1, doesn't get the second, but the flanks are through and spam through the wall. Kills go in the way of the Wagyu Warriors. 3 versus 3, actually. As Slow gets 1 with the Desert Eagle through the smoke and some sort of wall.
No guns in
AK
the hand.
recovered.
The Owls. Oh, Steve.
Regressing through mid. Night T, HE in hand, could be tossing it. No one to catch that rock as Brew throws one of his own, and this one should do some damage. And as I say that, it gets caught in the flooring of Ancient. That is the bomb. The bomb down. Brew posted. But advantage for the Wagyu Warriors right now.
All quiet. Wagyu Warriors just diligently playing this one out. We get from the first. Not able to outdo Superman. Kind of an easy wrap up for them, honestly. I wonder if the idea was to rush down one of the carries.
It is an interesting question here, and we're going to be seeing a bit of a disjointed buy. More so for both teams, as we see the Gator out for Pork Puller, who has gone in the same position and gotten 2 kills both times. Excuse me, he got 1 in the previous round, but having dominance in Cave, and it looks like it's going to be a similar setup once again. Molotov down towards mid, and they're going into Cave. Pork Puller, as the Gator out, does some damage, no kills to be found, but they're going to continue hunting. And it's eating season right now. Tuxie low, couple shots fired, nothing connected, but he's threatening them, and the op pushes through to clean up where he leaves off as he is down. And now Smart Superman is in a compromised position here with the op, falls back.
It's a smart bail, for sure. These are forced to slow down behind that smoke and reevaluate what they want to do with this map control that they just took. Not much mid presence. They've got to lurk out towards A main and Ashamed. Doesn't look like he's looking for a fight anytime soon. These are grouping up outside B. They're going to commit to this. Hope that Ashamed can catch a rotate. Smart as Superman. Just needs to hit this first shot.
.48 seconds. Post on the angle. Time ticking away. Flashbang out. All quiet.
Oh, Shamed running out might get heard by Brew.
And here's the execute. 30 seconds on the clock. The smokes are dropped. They're pushing through. CVB gets fragged from behind. Smart Superman gets 1 through the smoke with the 5-7. Nothing else to be found. The bomb should be planted here. Smart Superman walking around the smoke right into the crosshair of Kando, who now makes it a 3 versus 2 advantage for the side of the Owls. Clock ticking away. Kits are in the hands of both players alive now, down to 1 with Brew. There's a lot of time to work with here. Knows where one player is at least. Sees the shadow. Readjusts the spray. Does not connect. And 3-2 the Owls. Taking the lead back.
Not a bad showing from them. That pause for a long time, seeing if the CTs react in any way, rotate anybody off, and then just throwing their exec and going out through utility. Like they didn't do anything complicated. They got their fights. They waited around for a CT reaction and exec. That's all they really did. Superman maybe playing a little overconfident around that long smoke after getting that pistol spam, but I mean, great showing from the Owls. Just kind of sticking to their fundamentals there.
5 nades B. Here it comes. The bombs have been laid. No kills to be found, but damage done. His Tej does miss. Kando and Tuxie fighting back, however, to maintain the man advantage. The smart Superman is going to be walking in behind them. Does give the sound cue, but no one's turning. He gets 1 for free. Potentially a second. It connects with it. Going for the third. Doesn't get it. 19 is posted here. USPS in hands and Brew with the 5-7. The dominant pistol in this round. And the clock ticking. Bomb down. And now a calm.
TJ alright?
He's thinking.
You see that whiffed shot?
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh,
That shot was hit.
yeah, see Kando. Coming alive against the Ecos, 2 in the round. They're very careful. They're very careful at all stages of the round. I don't know if you noticed this, but they're not afraid to just take a second, recalibrate, come up with a plan, and then go. There's not a lot of hasty decision making coming out of the Owls.
No, very comfortable taking the man advantage. They don't have to. They don't have to overheat. They don't have to rev up. They don't need the numbers. Kando getting one more on the way out the door. Brew dropped. The op being picked up on the third attempt. Not bad. 4-2.
3 in the round and 11-2. 11-2 on Kando. That star power coming alive and starting to make a difference on this map.
I think it's fair to say we can mark that as one of my 7 Kando rounds of a map. They weren't available in the previous map, but here paying dividends so far. 11-2, as you said, and CVB out mid, a couple nades tops, but once again an eco for the Wagyu Warriors. So looking at a potential 5th round for Owls being locked up. As Slow looks to be locking Brew away for life and does get that kill. CVB posted with the CZ. Fast gun and faster kills. 2 down. AK recovered. And as I say that, it is actually the main advantage for the Wagyu Warriors. However, the B side is for the taking. The bomb recovered quickly. It looks like it will be a post-plant situation.
They're just going to take those AKs and run home. Surely. Surely they don't go for this. Only
Surely
armor
not.
on one player.
Oh, there's no saving in Premier. Slow gets 1. Swing is coming through, and he gets dropped.
Ooh.
Now 2 versus 3, make it a 2 versus 2. Teach just get one of the op, hitting the shots now when they are needed most, and follows it up with a second headshot. Pork Puller now 1 versus 2. Tej does miss that shot, however. 10 bullets in the magazine. Flashbang out. Clock is ticking down. No kid in his hand. Knives their armor on his body. The fake flashes through. Pork Puller fighting for his life here, finding nothing but rocks to shoot at as Tej does whiff. Clock is gone. The round is going to go the way of the Owls. But their money not in a great place. AK recovered by Pork Puller. Now we should see a comfortable buy coming in from the Wagyu Warriors, but a 5th for Owls, and that's all they care about.
I mean, they've got some decent cash here, but getting 2 rifles out of that round is way more than whatever that was out of Pork Puller. His aim is so snappy. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's just walking onto him, man. Not like in a cheat way, like a smooth way. Look at these from Cub. Ooh, devastating.
That is the real perk of the CZ over the 5.7. It's just that, like, you know, when you shoot the CZ, sometimes it doesn't go where you're aiming. But when it hits good and it hits fast.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it more than the 5.7.
It's
a little mini
it's
rifle.
Yeah, it's the gamble gun. It's like the rat corner weapon. It's either that or the Zeus, I feel.
I feel like I hate the 5.7. Well, fighting a 5.7 way more than I hate fighting a CZ.
No. Pork has been pulled with a smiley face. This is the in-depth analysis that we need from our observers here, Freeman. Really cooking on that one. Might be burnt.
Ooh.
Just as Tej through the fire, sorry, I gave a great shout out to the wrong person, Nexus. With the heat being cooked up and through the fire, Tej does get 1 Pork Puller. Gone. Smart Superman here with the op, and wow. That's insane timing. He walked through shelf into cave, unspotted, and 2 for CVB. 2 runs in a row, he does that. Rue here posted. Bomb in their hands. Looks like it's going to be B, but another smoke is laid down, and they're not going to care. They're disrespecting it and pushing through. The no-scope from Smart Superman not going to connect. A shame gets him. And now a 3 versus 2.
That's something out of Superman.
Something indeed.
Cub.
CVB gets 2 more, and they win, actually. What?
4 in the round. There's 2 in mid, but... what?
Okay.
Every single time they need him, he's answering, man. It's nuts.
CVB no slash with a 1.01 KD, but I mean, in the playoffs, both series so far.
Rue doesn't want your smoke, man.
No.
I'm trying to juggle a smoke over to him.
He's
Rue's
playing out
running
of his mind. CBB. What a gamer. 101 ADR, right behind Pork Puller with 108. On the other side, Kando is awake, however, ashamed, still tucked into bed at this point. They do have the rounds. The Wagyu Warriors starting to fight back here.
You rush coming
Fast
in.
B. Fast B. Back nine's out, boys. Pork Puller gets one. He gets two. He's dead. Toxie gets the off from Smartest Superman, who is down once again. Becoming a bit of an issue for the CT side. That op being handed to the Owls almost every round, it would seem, as Tuxie getting aggressive with an spam by CVB, gets one, almost two, with a nade combo, and Tuxie holding with the op takes on 90, but CVB once again almost having another round in a row where he gets the double, almost the triple. Being dropped there, the op once again getting compromised into the hand of Owls and used for multiple kills in a round.
It literally
6-3.
feels like whenever TJ goes to B, he's just going to the ops store, man, and Superman's gladly service like he's just providing every single time. It's nuts. I can't think of a single round where, I mean, this was happening on Anubis even a little bit too, but Superman's just dying with the op in really weird places, and it's letting TJ get picks where he really shouldn't be getting anything at all.
Surely not. Surely CVB doesn't get two. Surely not. IT gets one. CVB, oh, he doesn't get the follow-up there. As Pork Puller has two players close that are low. They're not committing through, and it might be the opposite, as Pork Puller is going to be engaging. He could get this kill. This is a very low player. Doesn't matter what he hits him in the toes, but instead he hits nothing but the wall behind him. The aim punch not giving him any favors here. Smart Superman could be aggressing down the B ramp. 2 versus 3 without the weapon advantage. Doesn't get the timing, gets information, and goes for the shot. Bodies Tej. Worst case off, he actually gives away his position. Slow still low, but the bomb is going A.
All to do with the P250.
One.
About the most you could hope for.
Yeah, that's not bad. Still one player extremely low, but Tej here with the op, not going to be giving it back to Smartest Superman.
Not that bad. Not that great. Really, I'm noticing mostly right now that, I mean, the Wagyu Warriors just look a lot less organized, like their protocols are not as fleshed out on this map compared to Anubis. Just like the little bits and pieces of how they should respond to things, and then their retakes are just generally a little less clean compared to what we were seeing on Anubis.
Early aggression towards A, and there's the stack here. All 5 players for the side of Owls are present. That Molly will delay. A big thing to point out here as well is Brew, currently at 3 and 7. Definitely was the difference maker on the first map. Hoping to see him come alive sometime in this half or on the following half, as Night T will be challenged first here. He gets one. That's all he finds. Toxie trading back. Brew is quick on the rotations. The man of the hour, Tej gets a one. It looks like he might flash himself through. A util volley being thrown towards CT side. CBB gets one. Falls off here, recovers the AK-47, sees Tej. The op shot is missed, and the swing is on from slow, but he gets the kill. CVB going for another one and transitions as Brew trades through his back. Now Tej 1 versus 3, op in hand. Stick is on, the defuse is coming into play. It's 10 seconds. The clock is ticking down. Anyways, Tej with the deagle, not connecting the shots, and the Pork Puller does get one over him. Now 4-7, and what a retake coming in from the Wagyu Warriors.
This is Cubs map, man. What more can be said? Like, it feels like every time he should be done, he's getting more. He's always delivering just that little pinch more, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, but it's showing up in impact too. That pinch from A main really distracts everybody from Donut and opens up a gap for his teammate to slide out and get the kills that he can't. So, just like that's the first Anubis level of play that we're seeing out of the Wagyu Warriors here. And if they can keep it up and get this 5th round, this half a little more easy to digest.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a tough fight. You're not going to win that very often here, Brew. No smoke down towards the elbow position. Pork Puller going to re-aggress here, go for a bit of a spam, try to retain some map control. Smartest Superman now on an island by himself in mid with an op. And I feel like I've seen this before. I feel like it's not a great situation. That nade, however, palpable, and a second one comes through. Followed by a counter spam. And the aggression. Pork Puller falling off here. He has gotten 2 from this position multiple times, and it looks like he's going to be getting 0 2-man swing. And down he goes. Now CVB, the hero of the previous round, posted up.
The pressure on B site players. The bomb's not quite here. But getting that kill. Gonna make the piece pause again. Engagement coming up in cave. Oh, Cub very easily sliding into the corner.
The timing. Is that going to clear him? Nah, never mind. I take that back. It's Kando. Cub gone. Knight here. Spam through. 1-for-1 trades through the smoke. Doesn't exist. Smart Superman now 1 versus 2. Op in his hands. Could have a duel here. First shot is missed. Information gain. Flashbang coming through. He's going to aggress. In the smoke, it looks like. And he's through. And it's a free kill for Tej. 8-4 is the score line. Owls dominant on their T side of Anubis. I mean, Ancient, excuse me.
You're not Pork Puller, Superman. I'm sorry. You can't just run through smokes like that. Great half from the Owls. I think this is exactly the answer they needed, though. I mean, 8-4 is not quite as dominant as what was happening on Anubis, but it's more than respectable. It's really strong for a T side, and they're really showing that this map is their map pick for a reason. Oh, Cub, this entire half too. This half was bad for Cow, but great for Cub.
14-10, 118 ATR. No other player on the team reaching double digits at this point. Over on the side of Owls, it's actually a pretty balanced show. Besides some Ashamed, who's having a rough final, but his team does have his back right now. And we're seeing the exact same play coming in from the Wagyu Warriors. It is a rush B. It is the classic. It's the only thing you can do on a pistol. And Ancient and Tej with 2 guns in his hands gets 0 kills from the Ashamed here. Being challenged, has had a rough go of things, but gets 1 as well as Tuxie, who's aggressing onto the bomb site. And the retake is on, and now Blue 1 versus 4, hitting a couple hops there. Decent on the KZ, not decent on the kills. And Owls 9-4. It does look like a map 3 is in the cards for us tonight.
Gotta turn on the anti-aim there, bro. Turning around. Looking like my Premier lobbies, dude. This is a great tack. This is a really good tack for them. They need a they need to figure something out.
They are on the right side to have a bit of a force here.
Yeah, they did get the bomb down. I wouldn't be surprised to see some MAC-10s come out, some light util, and a B rush, which is the favorite.
Oh,
an A rush?
Oh wow, this is a change-up. This is huge for us, folks.
I don't know if I know who's doing production anymore.
Ashamed's gone.
Oh.
Never was really here. He has arisen once again. Maybe a little bit of an injection of G fuel or something of the sort. I wouldn't dare say anything into his comp. This isn't an Optic India situation here, folks. There is no Word.exe or, you know, this isn't an Apex tournament where cheats are just injected mid-match into players' computers. So that would never happen here.
They're going for the force.
Deco. Holding on to money into the following round here. No MAC-10s, which on this map can get really crazy, especially with the choke points that are available to choose from. CVB choosing to challenge Kando. Oh, Tish gets 1. And CVB, oh, it hits good sometimes.
There's anybody to challenge Kando in middle there. Teagle to rifle, it's Cub,
That's
man.
insane. That's insane. That's your player right now. That's the one you got to put your team, the back of which you must ride is Tej. A little so jumping over the smoke for information. Oh, he's getting it. Rat tendencies are coming through. A flashbang, a smoke, and he's in there, and he gets 1. Shame called his pants down, gets dropped as well. Does find 1 kill, but 3 versus 2. The rotations are on. No kits in play right now. Might be one on the ground as the default plan is through, and the Tuxie gets 1, maybe 2. I'm not planted, and that's bad times for the side of the Wagyu Warriors. Who, wow, CVB through the smoke gets 1.
3rd in the round.
Slow here. 1 versus 2. Walks to the crosshair. And now Brew, with all to do, is low on HP, and he gets that kill. But oh my god, Slow had a chance. And CVB, man. Just what more can you say about his performance tonight?
That is I talked about it on Anubis, man. But it's happening again to them. Win first, lose against the Force. Against a Deagle. I mean, I've like let's not let that pass us by. Cub did that all with a Deagle. I don't think he had a rifle at all in that round. He just dismantled the Owls with a 3K. Just a Deagle. Deagle into rifles. Deagle into pistols or into SMGs. Just I mean, it's a massive performance, and it hopefully won't lead to too hard of a momentum shift for the Owls because the scoreline is not nearly as far apart as it looks. 3 rounds, a save coming in, maybe like a light buy, followed by a save. If they don't win this, that's 7-9. That's just 2 rounds down. That's really not that hard to grind back into.
No, a very close game right now. Definitely more competitive than we saw on Anubis. And right now, currently, CVB or Cub, my go-to player for the interview if they do bring home the trophy tonight for the side of Cal. And Drizzy getting aggressive here. 5-7 in hand. CVB is here to challenge, and the timing working out right now. Could be a free one, and the timing does pay off here. CVB down, and that's not a good start for the Wagyu Warriors. Their hero in many rounds is gone. Smartest Superman trying to be a hero of his own with the Tech 9. Getting a little bit of a team nade, but does get one kill. And Pork Puller already has the rotations locked off. Drizzy
He's made
aware.
noise.
Sound cue is in. Drizzy looking at the ground for a little bit, and then the bait play comes through. Oh, the classic. What a sacrifice from Tuxie, and it works out as Kando still breathing in the round. 3 versus 3. Brew throwing utility from the ramp side. Could have been caught up, but a shame does not happen. And in trade, damage dealt. Still 3 versus 3. Smart Superman with the AWP in hand. Can't really get aggressive himself, so has to wait for his teammates to open it up. And Smart Superman caught with his pants down. Kando here with the AK-47. Coming alive. Brew does open up the bomb site. One player close in the smoke. Does not look like he'll push. Spam going in. And Tej does knock down Brew. 19 now in a 1 versus 2. Kando having his second of the 7 rounds. It looks like now time frozen for a second. 35 seconds. Spam coming through, and Night just waiting. Trying to phase the smoke. Does get some shots out. 2 players are low, but he is gone. 10-5, and Owls do recover.
Well played from the Owls. That A main push, I mean, echoing their way was great, but also just doing a great job of delaying the Wagyu Warriors from getting onto that B bomb site, letting the timer start to tick down, force them to move around, shuffle. Just really well played. Great job committing to their crossfires, not overextending on the info, and at the end they're playing for the team. Tuxie jumping out so Ando could get a kill with that AK. Probably swung that entire round out of Pork Puller's hands.
Aggression Town's mid, and there's going to be no one to receive it on the side of the Wagyu Warriors. So we're going for the B rush coming through. They did this in the playoffs in the semifinals, and it worked out for them. Right now, they got 2 kills going their way, and the bomb going down. Nade dropped by, and Smart Superman is going to recover the AWP. We're going to be seeing the trade go the opposite way. Classic duel in the first half, but this time Smart Superman is the victor. Looking for a second kill, going to be pushed off by the utility Kando. Currently in a bed of fire. Smart Superman looking to run boost into Tuxie's loving arms, and he gets 2. What are you doing in this situation as Kando now is pushing onto the site, and CVB in a 1 versus 2 with a P250. He's dead. Oh, what a throw. They threw their teammate and the round. 11-5 for the Owls.
I think a fumble would be an understatement of of what we just got to witness. I mean, I get the idea was probably to run boost the Tech 9 to basically just do what Tuxie did for Kando that last round, right? But on the other foot. But the timing there, not great. just sloppy. I mean, a plant's great, but it's you're getting real close to match point here, and you have no consistent answer to what the Owls are bringing to the table at all.
And now we're just going to be seeing the gamble push through the smoke, and Tuxie's here to receive 1, 2, make it 3. Kando actually taking 2 of those for himself. And now Smart Superman, 1 versus 5. Looking at the 12th round, essentially the penultimate round of the map here, going down, and their money in a horrendous state. Gonna have to force up to try to keep their lifeline alive here. But it looks like we'll be seeing a 1-1 split. It's he's dropped as well by Slow, 12-5. And map 3, more than likely coming up here very, very soon.
Yeah, that's match point. Owls coming alive. You can see Tuxie, 21 kills, and Drizzy on 23. 23 and 6, sorry, excuse me. Almost a KD of 4 with 7 assists. ADR of 137. It's just ridiculous. But this is their map pick. It's something he's probably a little more comfortable on than Anubis with the team, especially. But
Oh, oh my
Performer
god!
coming alive.
They're checked. They're checked. The team is checked out. Cup is trying to fight back right now. Gets knocked down, and now it's a 3 versus 4. Looking like we're moving on to the next map. As I said, that Pork Puller does get one. Brew cooked in the fire. Looking to go next here. Is T just posted? Oh, what a shot! The Tech 9 spam coming through. A smoke down towards short. Pork Puller now with an M4 in hand. And T just have to go aggressive with his 5-7 right into the loving hands of Smart Superman, who doesn't see him. There's a bit of a haze, and in return, Tish actually wins the fight, and that is the bomb down. Pork Puller going to come and fight, but the op doesn't need HP. It just needs one shot, and that shot is found as Knight does fight back as well. 1 versus 1 map on the line, and they're going to be going opposite directions right now. It looks like Knight's going to be going for the long con here. Posted up at the doors, waiting it out now. Thinks there might be a flank through spawn. A bit of a misread, but hindsight is 2020. And right now, both players looking to close out this round here. Owls could be with utter dominance. Wagyu Warriors could have a door open to fight back in this map. And it looks like they're going to be conversing on the B bomb site, but not with words, with bullets here. One is all Knight needs on Kando with the AWP, as he's going to be walking around looking for safety. Finds confidence, finds the plant. Kando gets the information. Bomb plant on the opposite side of the podium, but it's not going to matter as Kando gets the kill. Knight T whiffs the shot, not an opera by name. And 13-5, Owls showing up and being more dominant than Wagyu Warriors ever could have been on Anubis.
What a performance! I mean, that's exactly the cloud pack that they needed. That's that's all I can really say is that's exactly what the Owls needed to get back into this series. And like I said, I think it was just map pick centric. So good stuff.
Absolute domination from the Owls to, like you said, bring it back. We're headed into overpath map 3. What do you gentlemen think they need, both teams need, in order to bring this one? Kind of a reset, both 1-1, both dominating games. What do you think they need coming into overpass?
I think it's a mental reset for both teams here. We saw that AVI was able to recover from being blown out. We saw Tuxie 0.86 for the season, coming alive, getting 22 kills in that map. On the inverse, we saw Brew fall off heavily from map 1. But I'm hoping for our sake that we just see all the players that should pop off. I hope we see a close map 3. That is how these best of 3s have gone. The third map is always the closest, so I'm very excited.
Proto?
I think it's going to depend on Superman maybe playing a bit smarter, more careful, for sure. I think if he can just do his job, everybody else is firing well enough on Cow that it probably won't be too close of a game. But we'll see.
We certainly will. Map 3 will be coming shortly after this break. Welcome back, everybody, to Premiere Night, the finals. Cow versus AVI, the Owls versus the Wagyu Warriors. We are shortly getting into map 3, but before we do, let's quickly recap the first two maps. I mean, map 1, absolute domination by Cow. 9-3 on the CT side of Anubis to end it out with 4 T rounds, no CT rounds for the AVI. Then AVI coming back swinging, 8-4 on the T side of Ancient, 5-1 on the CT side of Ancient to end it out 13-5. I mean, we saw all sorts of players popping off, all sorts of good stuff. Gentlemen, what are you thinking coming into map 3 overpass?
I'm thinking a big thing to look at here, outside of the maps we just saw, is that the Wagyu Warriors currently have played Overpass 1 time officially and lost it. And on the flip side, the Owls have played it 3 times and never dropped the map. So theoretically, you would think that this should be an AVI series to take here. But once again, it really is the question mark of which players show up right now. There's been no consistency. We've seen stars and we've seen bums on both maps, and those players have switched depending. Which really, I guess, is the big thing you see a lot, especially with Premier players and things like that, because it's not a lot of team play. It really is individual battles. So who's going to win those is going to be the winner of this series.
Yeah, I will say that Overpass is a 100% win rate map. There's like kind of an asterisk next to it. They did have an easy time against OS in the game they played against them, but every other time they've shown up on Overpass has been pretty close. Last week it was a 13-10 scoreline, and in season, I believe it was 13-11 against UPS. So not by any means going to be a simple game for them, I think.
Absolutely. And to continue on your point, Landon, about players showing up and not showing up, Drizzy, the player we were talking about for AVI, starting off on Anubis 6-15, ending that map, but then on Ancient in the first half, going 16-4, ending 24-6 with a 4.0 KD. Do you think that they can continue that through to the next map? And how do you think that's going to factor in on a map like Overpass?
Well, if you want Canada to wake up, it would be map 2 of a best of 3. Because now he's feeling it. He's in his zone. He's in the auto zone. And that's what you really want out of him here at this point. Outside of that, it's just one more player. If you can get one more player, he's in a great place. It really, the thing I'm more interested in than any of that is Ashamed, who's had a really rough best of 3 so far here. And you would always think of him as the number 2 player for this team. And you saw Tuxie, statistically the worst player for the team the entire season, popping off 22 kills to his name. So I think as long as you have one more player on the side of AVI outside of Kando fragging, it's going to be really hard for Cal to counteract that.
Yeah, I kind of talked about that a little bit before we even got into the series, right? A lot of it is just Kando, go kill, and then waiting on somebody else to step up and answer the call when they need to. Last map, it was Tuxie for sure. Sometimes it's Ashamed. I think on this map, TJ is going to have to do some work more likely than not. I think this map might be a little bit tougher for them. Overpass, the rotates are so fast usually, and when you're running into a stacked site, which Cow has done a really good job at stacking the rock bomb site throughout this series, by the way. Just not being able to rely on more than one fragger like Cow is able to do, usually comes up and pays dividends way more than that star player structure that Owls have.
I want to continue that. Speaking of Cow, kind of switching over now. Speaking of them, CVB continuing to do well in Anubis as well as here on Ancient. Pork Puller kind of cooling off just a little bit, but I want to key in on Smart as Superman. They got caught out quite a few times with the op, maybe one kill, but then immediately getting traded. And then we saw on the T side there, Knife out running up towards Cave. how do you think that's gonna come into Overpass? Do you think is Smart as Superman a little bit stronger on Overpass than maybe Ancient, or what's going on there?
I'm a level. This is the second series I've watched him play in. This is a theme. It's a bad theme, and sometimes it's not his fault. I mean, when you get deathballed up long, there's only so much you can do. There's a molly to your left, there's guns to your right. It has been going really rough for him. Like I said, these past two series. There was at one point during the series last week where I said, stop giving him the op. Please, oh God, stop doing it. Don't give him the op. It's not worth it. Don't give him the op. He's played better this series for sure. But sometimes it's not even his fault. It's just like bad positioning, bad rotations, not great team play. But you know, Overpass is a bit of an opera's paradise. There's a lot of long distance positions you can hold there, both on A and B, and you do have better lines to rotate back off of position. So you should see a better game out of him here.
Yeah, I think it's a little easier to deal with pressure on Overpass compared to Ancient. But we'll be able to see that firsthand because it sounds like we're about to go live into the game. All right, it looks like knife round is already completed. Wagyu Warrior starting on the T side here.
They will be. And let's see if Brew can light it up early here. T side does give you more opportunities to rev up, not having to sit back there and wait for fights. And we saw the classic 4B stack coming in from the Owls here as they are rushing up towards the A bomb site. The rotations are not coming through yet, actually holding Khan. So a bit of a change up. They're actually playing for the rotations, and now the Khan push is on. The door has been opened. Information gained here. Tuxie holding for Cub, and Cub is gone. The advantage for the side of Owls here, who also have an extremely large amount of map control. There's no exit route here for the Wagyu Warriors. They do have to commit through to the A bomb site at this point. Damage being done, but the flanks are on. Tuxie getting one, Teach tapping through as well. A second one and a third one found. Knight does fight back here from long, but he is gone, and the Owls continuing to build off of what they had in map 2, now up 1-0. The third map.
Kind of an awkward round. They just kind of got their space and then sat on it, and I don't know. I would have liked to see them maybe try to pressure that flank a little bit more of a coordinated fashion, but I mean, that's a good start from the Owls. CT side's a little easier on this map. We talked about the rotates being faster, but also just the amount of pressure you're able to exert, the amount of rat spots you can play. I think we're going to get to keep seeing a lot of that.
Here we go. Monster pushes on, and Cub gonna eat every bit of that Molotov before dying. The force buy not paying off so far. The Mackies down low here, slow. An SMG of his own, holding the angle right now. We're seeing someone jump for information. Gets a native return. Shout out to Brew here, now down. And 5 players alive and 100 HP on each one of them. On the inverse, Wagyu Warriors now in a 4 versus 5, HP low on 3. Posted up right now. Looks like it's going to still be a B play, but there are numbers here for the side of Owls. A shame just jump spotting. And we have another player just sitting on a tire. A nice round, a calm round, and we're going to be seeing a regroup back towards A through spawn, so we do have some time to kill.
Same thing as last round. They get stalled out. And just look for a place to go. This time, they have some space to go up towards A, but the clock is not going to be their friend. They're going to have to clear out all these angles. Connector.
40 seconds, guys.
Still a slow creep. Yeah, I wonder where they're going to take this. Maybe
So
B
cute.
or fast up A? Like fast up A. An explosion play for sure, but gonna be heard by Kando more likely than not. They have all the B control they could want.
Here they go. 25 seconds. Looking like FaZe on Inferno in the major here as they shove with no time on the clock, no utility to work with either. Smart as Superman taking out his teammate as well as the following player. The Shame gets 1 from the flank, 2. And looks like it could be 3 as he does acquire that one as well. 2-0, and right now the Wagyu Warriors are looking a little lost, hoping to find themselves here before the dominance from Al is extended.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the problem when it feels like that's the problem when you take your time like that, is you have to go clear all these angles, and eventually the one you don't have time to clear is going to bite you. I mean, they also had way more time than it looked like they were playing with there. They had probably about 15 seconds left. They had a good 10 seconds to clear long, take their map control before they go with getting the bomb down. So, not very clean, but
Oh, the aggression coming in through Owls into Con. They thought the Molotov hit, so they thought that their fountain was covered. It was not. The Molly did not hit the ground, and now all through long. Looks like they're getting ready to pounce. Candrizzi is here with the MP9. He's going to be going for a little bit of information here. Could get caught off, but the sounds are through. The wood is being stomped on. Kando gets the call, gets one. The rotations are fast. The flank is on, and that could be the biggest detriment to the Wagyu Warrior 2. Bomb will get planted. Brew is here, deal in hand. We've seen him do phenomenal things with the weapon, and now he's going to have to go off his own night. The only player alive. He is present. He is shooting shadows, it would seem, and unfortunately he is gone. That is the opposite side of the deagle from the one we saw from Baru previously on the first map, and now Owls 3-0, but a bye.
That plant spot reminds me of a moment last week where it was planted off the truck and somebody stood on top of the truck desperately trying to defuse it. Your arms do not reach that long, but he was sat there for a good like 10 seconds. I think it might have been med, but not gonna come into play this time. Landing on top of the truck. Clean 3-0 for the Owls so far. A little more of a standard default as we get guns on the Wagyu Warriors for the first time.
Owls gonna use that bonus round. Oh. 1 for 1, not bad. Once again, a bonus round coming in from the Owls, who will be able to buy up completely into the following round here. Let's see what they can do with this. Smart Superman is going to push through the smoke. What are you doing? You have an AWP. What a blunder, as Pork Puller is going to try to recover the mistakes of his fallen. Conrad does get one. Spam coming through it. Oh, no. Kando is gone. Slow does get one to retain water control, and right as I said that, Brew takes him out to the pasture. 1 versus 2.
I'm not going to be ready for this.
Tej is in Con. He silent drop. Opens the door. Never mind. No silencing there. And Brew does get him. Wagyu Warriors bounce back once again. Owls on a bit of a bonus round here.
Maybe he thought he was further onto site at that point, but a lot of these swings by TJ have been ambitious, for lack of a better word. A lot of wide swinging in places you don't really want to. And getting him caught out, but I think if he can play a little more carefully with this op that he has in his hands here, this might not get to see Cow momentum build too hard. A little bit of a miracle from Pork Boy bringing that one back in from, oh well, where Superman had put it.
Smoke down fountain allows both teams to get a little bit of map control. We're going to be seeing the op posted up a divider, a classic angle. Wagyu Warriors should be definitely aware of it in IT, holding for any aggression. And right now, a very more default-oriented round, and no aggression coming through for either team. Con has been taken. There is a player in water. So a little bit of map control to work with. Brew sitting around, a bit of a spam coming through. Pork Puller tagged down. Oh, what a dink. Does 5 damage, but it looked really cool and sounded even better. Candrizzi just patting his ADR right now, looking like he could get one. Nothing found right now, but Smart Superman could get tagged down as well. Just walking into Con. Ashamed.
This op is here at top Con.
Laying behind the smoke.
Flash coming over.
Oh, this is going to be a big duel here.
He just slinks away. Cub. Like he's getting ready to go investigate long bathroom, but
oh no.
Giving up the space, and Shane peeks on it just at the same timing.
He's flanking. They're walking up bathrooms right now, and he's flanking through, and he gets a sound cue. He gets to come back. Now this fight should be his night. Dry clearing. Ando getting one as well. And now it's a 3 versus 4. They have the bomb site, but the rotations are coming through. The flank is on as well. Every angle is a duel right now. Nowhere is safe. They have to be constantly on their toes. They have to retain some map control here. Smoke does go down to Pork Puller, trying to take ground for his team. Gets dropped. So does Cub. Now 1 versus 4. Smarter Superman gonna have to make a heroic play here. No utility to work with. Is in a bit of a weird position. The headshot from his teammate, Tuxie, on the bomb, and Smart Superman's gonna crip walk through, says hi, and he gets knocked out.
Ashamed. Just to play. That presence in long bathroom was massive. Him getting that first kill on Knight, easy fight, but just staying alive there, buying space for his teammates to run up, giving the T's another angle to worry about the entire time that they have that bomb site. you really start to feel the pressure, and you can kind of see it in Superman's position. He's stuck in a smoke, looking for a timing, looking for a gap to give his team a way back into the round off of the bomb site, but not coming into fruition.
Dry peek from Tej, and no damage to be found here as he's able to fall back. Brew aggressing, playing behind the Molotov, goes for a spam. Nothing connecting right now, and that has been a story for him these last 2 maps. Util dump coming in as well. Brew does get one, going for a second, it does. I eat my words as Slow gets one, but CBB trades back now. 2 versus 3 on the bomb site. The spam coming through. What are they doing? They're dry fighting. The bomb's not even down yet, and Tuxie's close. Tuxie, the nade obscuring his vision from his teammate. And oh no, a shame now. 1 versus 2 gets killed, and once again, the nade. The explosion from the nade blocked his vision for a second, and he doesn't get that kill. That is a tilter.
Scrappy. That's the only word for that round. Just trades back and forth. Cal fighting out dry, taking the gap on the timing that they got, or taking the timing that they think they found on that op, but overall just committing and winning their duels, although some of them were a little awkward. That fight with Brew from Ashamed, I believe, was sloppy, but stuff from the Wagyu Warriors all around.
3 and con.
Triple
Pork puller.
play.
Pork puller's here. Tej.
Nova.
Oh, Molotov. Oh, it's over. Oh my god, the team. The Molotov does do damage, but he is gone. Con in the control of the Owls here. Tuxie looking over towards Waterfalls, and there is one player there with Brew posted up right now in the corner, but look at the control they're taking. They know it's B, and Slow gets the call in the way of heat. Tuxie gone. Knight opening up the round. Brew gets one as well. And Slow now on the site. Has to make a quick play and doesn't get it as CBB takes him out as well. Kando is going to phase this smoke, and he decides second of it, and Brew could catch him here on a timing. Who will get it first? Kando will win this, of course. That has been the name of the game. Is Ashamed looking like he was going to save, but Kando gets another one, and he's coming back in. It's a party now. Kando flies through the smoke. Both players in water. Shame tag down low. Still fighting with a Mag 7 and a USPS. And he gets the kill on Knight. And he knows where Smart Superman is. I say that, but he does it. And now, Kando taken down. And what a round. These are all scrappy. These are all close. But the money for the Owls, it's gone. It's flown away.
Superman should have lost that fight every day of the week. That's another hard one to swallow. And now, I mean, the Wagyu Warriors are supposed to tie this up. Great play in connector, but finding 2 through the smoke, Kando almost does it all, but it's not enough. He cannot do any more than what he did. Full con stack coming in. The Wagyu Warriors just decide to pressure B again.
And they got the site. Waiting on the bomb to get there, and it could potentially be in a compromise situation, but
Could get awkward.
Ooh, Knight. Hunting season. Gets 1. Gets 2. CVB actually stealing one of those. The damage has been done. And look at this. Not overheating here. Actually falling off. The bomb does go down as well. And they could already have an exit path here. Just straight up through. Spawn onto B bomb site. Pork puller. Not saying no to that. CVB gets 1 through the wall. Pork puller gets 1 as well. And Tej with an AK is on the run. But can he run fast enough? The boys are hunting. Pork puller. Looking for some meat here.
Not to make a sound cue.
You might make it.
He's gonna get away here.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. He should hear this. He should hear death coming. He does. He's posted in the corner. E-Box is his only home. And oh, he does take out Pork Cooler. Here they come.
Should be a successful escape up long. Yeah, he's gonna get away clean. Well done. Tied scoreline. T-side's the hard half. If they can win this next one, the Wagyu Warriors are probably posed to go to 6, and this game is as competitive as we thought it would be.
The kill discrepancy is insane between the two teams. There's so many more frags going the way of Owls, but at the end of the day,
yeah,
the impact's just not there with them. And
Wagyu Warriors talked about this, right?
Yeah.
Like, we talked about Endo and Ashamed. We talked about the more consistent all-around fragging ability of the Wagyu Warriors versus this top-heavy structure that the Owls have, and it's showing. It's showing here for sure.
Bit of a boost towards water. One player has already made it, and that Molly's going to cause them. They must have seen him. They had to have. And it doesn't matter. He gets one on his way out the door. You cannot let that happen. If you're the side of Owls here, Tuxie getting dropped. Still a 4 versus 4, but in this situation, you'd prefer to be on the T side with it. Now a 2-2 split. One player rotating back towards long here. So A could be in a bit of a compromised situation. Water being obtained, and it looks like the bomb will be shifting towards B.
Plenty of util for an exec. I think it's going to come down to how good these flashes onto Kando are.
No flashes. Oh, never mind. It was late, but it was effective. Now slow. This is solo the site and is unable to do it. And it looks like they're going to be going for this as of right now. It should be a save, you would assume, but they do not have much money going into the following round anyways on a save. They will keep the rifles in tow, but it's going to be another rough buy coming in for the Owls as the Wagyu Warriors take the lead.
They need this safe call. The half starts to slip away. 4-5. Worse. You're on an eco again. CT side econ just really is not that fun, is it?
No.
This is a hungry. They're so aggressive.
Wow. Oh. That's one. That's two.
Two. That's huge hunting. That is absolutely massive hunting. The T's are flushed with cash right now. They have 10k on Superman. They haven't been buying the op-in, so they have plenty of cash to drop through the rest of the half. And the CTs just have nothing to work with, and they kind of have to save here if they. Or I guess they're going to force in, but they're basically banking on winning the follow-up round, I would think. DJ saving for an op. I don't know. I feel like saving fully in this situation might be okay, but yeah, I just think you need way more overpass on util than you really do.
CVB dropped. So main advantage and a rifle recovered. I don't know why he was on B by himself, and this entire game seems like a lucid dream. But now we have a 5 versus 4. Owls have an AK. They're able to rotate back up to the A bomb site, so they will be there to challenge for the control here. Brew going to be entering through long. Is flashbanged. Kando, Molly not landing, so he's in an odd position. They don't know about it. He's uncleared, and he takes out Brew. Going for a second one. Does damage. No kill to be found, but it doesn't matter because the Shame gets one himself. And now a 2 versus 4. Make it a 2, a 1 versus 4 with Knight. He gets the first one. Going for the second, the bomb is down. He has to push onto the site to recover it. Gets a second, goes for the third. They line up, but Tuxie trades back in. Oh my god. The Ecos, Owls now tying the game back up and have money and weapons to work with.
I guess that's why you forced there. I was wrong, man. What can I say? They've got the hands on an op now. They've got decent cash going in around Tell. Well. Kind of in the same situation. I guess they could get some dropped guns around, but that's a pretty big win to keep it tied up. I mean, this is just a slugfest. It's back and forth constantly.
He's going for the aggression. He gets a shot. Puller, what more can you do there? It was the perfect flashbang. The player is blind, and he's still in the gray. Brew does get dropped by Tuxie. So now a 3 versus 5 in the rounds. Starting to shift the way of the Owls here. 2 to left to go in the half here. And we do know that CT side is the preferred side for most teams on Overpass. However, Owls looking like they're going to be able to build up to 7 here. Money in a really bad state for the Wagyu Warriors, so they will be forcing into the following round. But for now, they're going to be going for a boost. Up he goes. The peak is on. He jumps up. No one to contest right now. There are still 3 players on the B bomb site. Knight so close yet so far from seeing slow here, holding another angle himself. And 55 seconds on the clock. The bomb still towards B. Sound cue heard, so no rotations are coming in.
Owls are just not giving them anything. Nothing to work with. No, they need this round. This much info. TJ's gonna be in heaven soon to help. He's not needed. They're able to just clean up the B take. I mean, neither of those opening duels go Wagyu Warriors' way, and great work on the A bomb site that we didn't get to see was just TJ and Ashamed kind of clearing through, getting the info, making the Cow players respect the op, and going from there. Letting them keep 3 on that bomb site to hold it.
Cow currently putting a lot of bodies towards the bomb site they want to commit to. Unfortunately, this time, the Owls, a little aggressive on their clearing, was able to get all the information they need, and we see it, the classic B rush to end the half of the final map of this final here. Nate comes through, Pork Puller is blinded, he's in the grave, Tuxie gets 1 as well, and here we go, it continues to stack as Tuxie gets 3, going for his 4th and gets it. It's a slaughter here, 7-5, the Owls with confidence, with the rounds, going into the second half of the best of 3 of the final map.
Good half. I mean, it was just a kind of a slugfest until the end there, but I really hate the monster rush call at all times, so I can't really say I'm a huge fan of what came out. But I mean, we've got people stepping up to frag next aside Kando, and this is looking like this is not too bad. But I'd be interested to see what their T side can look like. T side definitely much easier on overpass, especially if you're able to get that economy going. See what both teams can put together on the side switch.
As you pointed out, players are coming alive for Owls. Tuxie maintaining his form from the map 2, and Ashamed finally here, present at the function, going into the third map. And here we go, the final half of this best of 3. Your premier trophies on the line, the attachment to your name in the Discord. That's what we're all here for, folks. That's what we live for. And Brew.
You get a post in the Hall of Fame, too.
That is true. You do get posted in the Hall of Fame.
And an asterisk to designate why your win is fraudulent. But
some would say this is greater than the major, is what I'm getting to at this point. And it's a major A rush coming in. Slow gets 1. Smart Superman here in the bank. Needs to deposit a couple kills. It's not working out right now. His CVB is going to step up in his place. Gets 1. Go for the second. Kando is dead. So is Tuxie. Flank is through. Knight gets 1 as well. Slow and Tej with it all to do as he's dropped as well. Now Slow 1 versus 3 gets the first one. Knows where the second is. Flank is on and Knight connects the bullet to his head. Wagyu Warriors bringing it closer once again.
all right, now we've got the second round. Harder than the pistol, apparently. But good retake. Good stuff, just kind of swinging together, playing your trades and winning your fights there from the Wagyu Warriors, honestly.
7-6.
Yeah, the force is going to come in.
Yep. Here we go. Love to see this. Monster smoke early. Alright, nade in hand. Where is he going to take that? Maybe just inspecting it. You know, with these new nades that you can inspect, I've had quite the habit of doing it myself. Molotov towards Con. Water control taken. Not much to be had here. Fountain as well being dueled for. A very standard default coming in from the Owls. We don't see the aggressive 5-man stacks that we saw on the T side coming in from the Wagyu Warriors. Information is found, however, and Slow is tagged down.
Spams him for 50 through the wood there. Oh, and they're assembling a boost, but T's right here.
The nade! Oh.
Not canceling.
Oh. Oh!
How does he get 1? Cub! Are we gonna see a repeat of Ancients?
Surely not. Cub is low. But, I mean, the advantage going the way of the Wagyu Warriors. Owls, though, grouping up towards long, might go unchecked. There is a player dice jump spotting, though.
Playing in shadow is Pork Puller.
Ooh.
Or to Superman. He's not gonna spot them.
No, he's not.
They're just gonna get up close for free. Pork Puller's gonna be on an island.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay, information found, and he's dead from bathrooms anyways. Pork Puller, unable to get even 1.
Oh.
Loses the fight to Kando close, and now the retake is on. With the money in a terrible state for the Wagyu Warriors. The CT economy not 1 to smile at here as the flank is through. The Shame trying not to kill Tuxie and doesn't. In fact, both kills being found, and oh no. Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
That's, I mean, it's been the whole series, man. I feel like the second round being won is just not swinging the right way ever. It's just I don't even know what to say about it, man. It's nuts. It's nuts that nobody can seem to keep a hold of the second round after they win pistol. Superman again, out of position, not really fulfilling his job, costing the round.
4 kills to his name. Still time to work with. There's still a chance to fight back here. So see the CZs come through, Tej. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Take a picture, you're dead. Slow fighting back, however, only gets 1, and once again the CZ paying off. Ashamed also tagged down low, but does get the kill. Pork Puller, quick flank, shots fired, position known, and now Ashamed in a position to fight back. Smart Superman. Okay.
Superman's baiting him. I don't
What?
know.
Kando's on B. He's walking A now. Bomb is coming B. Okay. Pork Puller.
No idea.
Gonna get caught off here. Has his gun out. Is expecting something, but not that, as Kando once again opening up the bomb site. CVB is close with the rotation Molotov to deter him. And now the rifles are gone as well. Smartest Superman's going to be late to the function. Tuxie, that nade could be huge. It is not. Cub unable to connect with it, but does do damage. This is a winnable fight here, but time is against them. No kits in their hands. Clock still ticking.
Prodding to see if anything gets given over.
They're conceding here. They're going to be giving up. Smartest Superman still peeking for info here. Should be leaving sound cues and is on the run. Should make it out with the rifle, which is massive right now. They will have 2 rifles to go in the following round, but outside of that, their money not great.
I'm a little confused about what that happened in bathrooms there for Pork Puller. Superman just kind of let him fight alone, holding top con, which I understand is covering the angle for his teammate, but I feel like you'd want to see something a little more in step with one another there than what we got. I think that's kind of what I'm starting to see is a little bit of pattern where in those little moments where team play is required to really be successful, it looks like the Wagyu Warriors aren't quite able to connect it on the same level that the Owls are able to.
It's a fair assessment, and you might be correct here. 9-6 the scoreline, and now getting dangerously close to being the end of this series here. MR12 introduced the CS2. Not as much ground to work with, not as much recovery time as Tuxie. Recovering is aimed to drop Brew down. Con control being taken. There are still 3 players towards the B bomb site for the side of the Wagyu Warriors, but that kill is actually going to cause 1 player to shift up. Smart Superman. AK in his hand. So far, I've not seen a lot from him, but this could be a massive round for him to show up here. Knight's also going to shift over, so a 2-2 split. The bomb actually walking up long right now, so this gamble over towards A could pay off.
1 rifle on both sides. No kits.
CZ. We've seen a lot from this weapon so far. Smart Superman. Doing the jump spot on dice. They will be aware of 1 player being present.
I'm not a huge fan of these positions from
Oh no.
the A site players.
That's a huge kill.
I know that shot though.
Execute is on. Smart Superman shuffling back. And that smoke is whiffed. Night T here with a CZ could get a player close, and it looks like his opportunity will be here. As Toxie does drop him, unfortunately. Smart Superman able to retain 1 more kill for the team here. Going for his 3rd of the round, does not get it. And now this should be the beginning of the end, but Cobb does have the AK-47 in his hand. Pork Puller, known to be a fragger, does have a deagle as well. Couldn't hit the headshot. Clock is ticking. No kits to work with. No Kevlar on the side of Pork Puller either. So in a compromised position, Cobb will be swinging up here with Pork Puller. That smoke is whiffed. Flashes down. Nothing to be found. And, oh, these rounds are so close yet so far. As Pork Puller does get 1 now, 2 now, 1 versus 1. Pork Puller at 30 HP, but slow is in 1-shot territory. He's going to push up here. The clock against him now. He's going to have to aggress. He gets the first shot and the second.
Oh my
And
goodness, does he have
it?
I think he does.
It was extremely close here, folks, and it looks like...
Oh, it's too close to call.
Oh,
He's just got
he
it.
got it!
Oh.
He clutched it out! Surely not with the deagle. And the BM, the headshots are coming through, and he's earned the right to do that as Wagyu Warriors find a light in this tunnel.
Waking up when they need him most. That is a huge round to turn around. Look at the money now. They can actually afford to buy in here, get an op, get all the little pieces of util that they want, all their little trinkets, their funny little toys to throw on the map, and They can start to actually work their CT side a little bit here, hopefully.
The Tech 9s being spread out, actually, usually a death squad situation. Pork Puller,
Smalley on playground.
you should have been able to hear that. And he is holding for the aggression. He's actually playing outside the smoke. This is a great position. This should be one for him easily. And it is. The Tech 9's not a preferred weapon to be holding angles with right now. Usually you want to see speed with the weapon. And right now we're in the slow lane, a school zone, if you would, slow posted up. Tej trying to retake some map control, but Pork Puller could be walking into another kill. All about the timing. Tej hears the sound a little late, but he's going to get flanked through. And it works out. Kando gets one. Rifle recoverable. As smart as Superman, it fell asleep, it would seem, waking up at the last moment. Unfortunately, no kill to be found, but the bomb is B. There's still players stacked towards it. It looks like they're regrouping through Con. I'm unsure if the door is open right now, so Cubs should be able to hear this. If not, unable to tell, but there are 4 players in water now. Looks like they're silent dropping as well. Utility getting set to go through. We have 1 smoke towards the heaven, I would assume. Night posted up on the corner, 1 player in water. And it's here, the flashes are through. Cub caught with a nade in his hand. Aggressive move. Spams through and Slow gets 2. Through with a Molotov and a nade. Stops the plant for now. A lot to work with here. 30 seconds, so no pressure on the Owls. And even less now that he's dead. Smart as Superman. And having a bit of a sleeper game. A bit of a sleeper series. And you wake up when they need him most. He peeks through. Sees one, but down the sound queue. They know he's heaven. And the shot is connected. First one down. Tej is posted as well. And it looks like he will be slowly exiting the bomb site here. As I say that, he is posted, but there he goes. Slowly slipping away. In 10 rounds for the Owls on the final map of this best of 3. Wait. He's going to duel. He's going to duel. He's going to miss. And now they can hunt him. What is this play? Why do you do that? He gets a 1 kill. Not the second. He misses. And he's dead. The op. Gone. Why? Someone tell him to leave, please.
You just gotta have more respect for your opponents at that point. I mean, that's what we were talking about coming into this, right? Was Superman playing in better positions, playing a little more smart, for lack to not to be a pun, but you know, to play smarter, and that just kind of wasn't it. Like, we saw it there, but also out of position on Pork Puller's retreat from Fountain, right? He's not there to support. He's not really holding connector, and Pork Puller gets pinched because of it.
Your best case scenario is that they have to buy like 1 more AK in a round where they have money. The worst case scenario is you lose the op, and now the only rifle you have is in the hands of Pork Puller, who is here to fight. Right now it is a heavy Fountain play, and there's 2 kills going the way of the Wagyu Warriors. However, Drizzy is on a quick flank, and they do have the bomb. Tej is in con with said op. They get caught out because of it. Yeah, bomb at their feet. Man advantage as well. Brew shooting through. Right now they have all the information, all the positions. And we see the Owls having to retake from B to A. They're going to have a player set up to flank here, but eventually the clock in the head of the Wagyu Warriors will go off, and they'll be knowing that there's something going on here. Right now, the fact that they're not fighting means that something is awry. Pork Puller is aware of it. Holding the bathroom angle, only chance there is a Brew getting caught out through a long wrap. So far, so good. It really is in the hands of Kando right here. Which way does he decide to go? He's routing currently in a way that won't be discovered. He could get one. Oh, no.
This is an open angle.
This is a free one. Oh, he's doing it. He's going the correct pathing. Timing, though. Oh, he panics, and he gets knocked out by Brew. And Brew gets a second one. Slowed down to Tej. Now at a 1 versus 4. Oh, no. What a collapse.
Errors, dude. Just the last 3 rounds now.
Jeez. Throughout the op.
Wow. What?
Okay.
Wow. 3 rounds back and forth. Pistols, pistols, pistols. Nobody's losing the Glocks yet, but I think we might actually get to see a gun round come out here. That was a pretty clean numbers advantage win for the Wagyu Warriors, too. They're going to be able to keep quite a bit of cash regardless of what happens in this next round.
No op in the play of the Wagyu Warriors, which I would say is almost a benefit at this point. However, Tej just pick up 1 for the Owls. 10-8 in the scoreline. They do have a couple rounds to concede, but this is starting to get dangerously close as that Molly is missed once again. Pork Puller whiffing it consistently unknowns to him as Tuxie has taken all of Khan already. This is insane pace. Smartest Superman is posted for this. That's a lot of map control to be acquired, as well as water. No information to be gathered here, and they're going to fall off completely. So there's a chance that Owls gets the entire map outside of the bomb sites within a minute of this round, depending on how they want to work it.
30 seconds. 30 seconds and they have everything but the bomb sites, essentially.
Look at the setup on B2. They're all in pit. What is this?
Still just kind of trying to drain util. Still taking their time, playing smart. Waiting for each other to trade out. Keeping up bathrooms.
Oh, timing. Smart Superman. Falling off at the correct time. This show's going to lose his head here.
He's got a jump spot, man.
He's learning as we go.
Grand Finals is a hell of a time to learn.
Yeah, well, you know, better late than never. That nade. They do a little bit of damage to Tuxie. Pork Puller falling off here. It's posted up now once again. He's going to have a big round here. So far, he gets nothing. In fact, his Smartest Superman dropped 2 by Tuxie. Oh, not even the trade frags are going the way of the Wagyu Warriors. And this is looking like an 11th round for the Owls. Save call has not been called in. They're going to be going for this here. This will be a retake. All from the same side. There is no flank to work with. Tuxie's going to confirm all of Khan be able to rotate back through. All eyes will be towards the B rotations. And it looks like, actually, Wagyu Warriors thinking second of it. Get the call to save late. Will fall off here. One player already in water will get the sound cue and might get 2. Might get 2. He's lined up for it and he gets 1. Well, the information has been found. Cub looks like he'll make it alive, but the hunt is already on from the Owls here.
In the round for Tuxie. That double entry onto the bomb site blows it wide open and forces the save to begin with. Be able to get away with these 2 rifles, but they're consolation prize. They're starting match point down the barrel. When these rounds were on a lower buy where they've been able to make something happen. Let's see if the trend can continue. Maybe they can snowball us into a little bit closer of an ending here.
Right now, the trades have not been going the way of the Wagyu Warriors. It shows up once again in that round. Now potentially in the penultimate round of this series here. Early boost from 19. It should be a free kill. That flashbang comes through. But Slow is gone. Quickly losing his life here. A minute 37 on the clock, and the advantage is already in the hands of the Wagyu Warriors. Still a couple pistols to play with, however. So not as comfortable as you'd want it to be. But perfect positioning coming through. Pork Puller set up as well as Smartest Superman for these duels here. Pork Puller, wait, does he get caught off? He gets 1, he gets 2! Oh, he is not caught off. He has found a location to work with here as Tej is looking for the jump spot here. But 2 versus 4. 5, excuse me. A terrible start. Yes. A terrible start, and Tej is already falling off here, trying to regroup. Bomb down. Kando is dueling, but now he's been spotted out, and he has 4 players currently staring at his position.
Probing for a mistake, but I don't know if the Wagyu Warriors are going to give anything over.
Damage done. Information acquired. Bomb is coming through. He's getting spammed from both sides. Gets 1.
He's isolated.
He just smoked off. Oh, he's walking up. Glock in hand. Baru. Oh no. I've seen this movie before. Oh! Was not ready for that. Tej gets 1, and they're rotating up towards the A bomb site, but there's already a play here. Smartest Superman never leaves his position. And right now, he could be a hero in this round. Gets 1, knows the bomb's going down. Tej cancels it and gets 1 with the AWP. 8 seconds, 7, 6. He gets another kill. He pulls out the bomb. He goes for the plant. He has the time. And now a 1 versus 1
Not
night.
like this.
11 and 16. Tej 9 and 11. Never forget the day that Tej clutched out this round as he walks up and gets dropped. As we see a 9th round for the Wagyu Warriors.
I don't know what to say. I feel like that round was that round was like just a great illustration of everything that's been going wrong, everything that's been going right for both teams. I mean, the great start for the Wagyu Warriors, followed by little bit of a fumble, but also just unforced mistakes in some instances, right? TJ walking up connector there to fight off of Kando's contact while Kando kind of holds those pushes, makes sure that that guy can't get out, and sets up for an easy fight that even makes that clutch something we have to think about rather than a 5v2 that just to save.
Aggression long. A shame not ready for it. Smart Superman getting aggressive, finally leaving the bomb site and finds one his way.
There to respond.
Decent nade.
74. Double smoke. Two pieces of critical utility burned 35 seconds into the round.
Wagyu Warriors not being proactive still. I mean, they're a little aggressive outside bathrooms, but this is what you'd want to see here as Pork Puller gets caught out and actually doesn't get that kill. However, damage. Oh no, he got mollied. He got mollied by Smart Superman. Oh, surely not. Oh, he's posted up. He has an AWP. Please. Please, for the morale of this game. We need him to show up big here. Smoke down towards the bathroom's position. The bomb is regrouping towards the B bomb site. One player from Wagyu Warriors has shifted over towards A, so it is an island defense coming in from Knight, who has shown to be able to do this. Condor is open, so if they silent drop, he will not be aware. They're going for it. 1.
2 low players.
2.
Great position coming out.
Oh, Knight team might overheat here. He walks in. He could walk into Kando. It's going to be a battle of timing here, and he wins that, and that's the bomb. Bomb down, 25 seconds. Now the race is on. T just having to push through. He's going to fall away. He's going to keep his life alive, and this round looks like it should be over here. They're going to be re-aggressing, but once again, 18 seconds and counting. Knight keeps himself alive and then flanks late. Bomb dropped once again.
Brew here.
And now
Let's get
Brew.
the first.
9, 8, 7. Bomb is tapped. Kill is found. Great way to play this. They're going to be seeing a 10th round coming for the Wagyu Warriors. Tuxie packs his bags and heads home and doesn't get very far.
Dies after time. That's going to be harsh on the money. Funny enough, TJ actually has the most money out of the entire team. But that still stings, right? That never feels good, getting nothing out of the end of the round. Dying after time. And now we're back in that close game where we're swinging back and forth. Let's see if maybe somebody can win against a 4-spy for once in the series.
Ooh. 11 to 10 early monster smoke. We've seen it. It's pretty classic, but we see 5 players. It's a long push. It's a long push. Smart Superman won't hear this if they go across the far wall, and they are so far, so nothing to be found here. Pork Puller might just peek and get all the information in the world, though. AK out, and here he goes. He sees one. He sees them all. Nade coming through. Rotations are on. Flashbang going high, and what a missile to be dropped here, as well as a flashbang. Pork Puller blind firing, gets 1, 2. Going for the 3rd, and gets it. Oh my god, 4 kills for him, and he is spamming bodies. Switches the AK, a bit of a teabag. That would get you banned in Overwatch, but here it is just okay. 11 to 11 is the score line.
What an assist. I mean, a Cub coming in to assist with the 1. Not quite the ace for Pork Puller, but I mean, that puts him positive. That puts him as the only positive member on his team, I might highlight. But it's kind of a huge injection of confidence and a little bit of a momentum as you get into this tied up scoreline at 11-11. This is for match point.
Heason Khan. Molotov down. Water control being taken. This is pretty standard. We've seen the same situation from the Owls, the same setup. Bomb is by itself outside of Monster, currently smoked down. Default in play. It looks like Ashamed is going to be roaming here, trying to get a kill or 2 towards the A bomb site. That is all the presence they have there at the position. It's a minute 30. We're going to be seeing a similar situation from the Wagyu Warriors, who have conceded all of A side. One player posted it towards bathrooms, but I mean, once again, both teams playing the same setup. And based off that,
disgusting nade. You see that out of Pork Puller? You see where that nade came from?
no.
That nade came from top of the ace
Oh.
unit in front of ace diet. And he's just eating
my
grenades this
God.
round. TJ. Hit a nade in short, slow hit a nade in short. How that molly. Killed a man with the amount of utility damage they've done this half or this round.
Pork Puller currently in a double setup here with Smart Superman is supposed to be assisting him, and he is posted up and he unposts at the worst possible time. Kando is holding for this re-aggression here. Smart Superman jiggling and now jumps on top of the dice. Kando gets his kill. Pork Puller waiting for the assist from Smart Superman, who rotated off the angle at the worst time and almost got himself killed as well. But now, a 4 versus 4 is Brew is able to get one back. Drops a flashbang. Knight is still posted up with him. Bomb going A. Smart Superman here gets a tag. No kills to be found. Goes again. Misses a shot. Gets taken out. Op is on the ground. CVB is here quick, but not quick enough as there should be a plant with 9 seconds on the clock. A flank is nowhere to be found. So the bomb is securely placed. A quick boost coming through, but they should be able to hear the jumps. And CVB panic knifes it and gets the kill. Blind fires, gets one. Molotov down, does more damage. 3 players alive for the Wagyu Warriors here, trying to keep Owls off a match point. So far, it's not looking likely. Smoke to delay the retake, but it is on now. 2 versus 3. Knight the first phase. Comes through, gets knocked by Kando, losing his head, and Brew with it all to do. Spams through. Truck gets nothing. Spams through wall. Gets nothing. No kills found. Ammo gone. And he's going to walk back up again. The nade kid in his hands. And wait a second. They're not on the bomb site, but he's just hunting kills right now. Gets one and then loses his life. I guess good for the morale, good for the ego, but at the end of the day, 12 rounds for the Owls.
You said overpass would be close. Overtime's on the line now for Cal. They've got money for a buy. Not as ideal as you'd like it, but we've seen it time and time again. The only reason they're still in this is just individual players coming alive at the right time across the board. Nobody's doing too bad. They just need one person in this round to step up, keep their season alive, or they're going to have to give the Owls the Premier Championship this season.
Smart Superman once again revving up towards Lung. He's going to go for this fight here. Player is aware and he might get caught off. He's going really aggressive. Sees nothing falls off here, and that could be a bit of a mystery to Shaved. Just playing his life here. Is able to work the control that he has gotten pretty consistently throughout this entire half. Smoke down towards Fountain, but once again, like I said, a very similar setup that we've seen basically every round of this half till this point.
Superman in heaven.
This is new. Different duo up towards A right now. It's going to be Pork Puller and Knight. It looks like they'll be getting into a couple fights here. A very similar setup, however. Pork Puller loves playing on this slanted wall and is going to be going aggressive. Could walk into Kando's crosshair. Will Kando be ready? That's a great flashbang and a better kill. Pork Puller gets one, is able to shift backwards and bomb down. Shamed pushes through, does get the trade, and Knight there finally to assist, something that we have not seen very frequently on the A-bomb side. It's the rotation. Smart Superman is posted. It should be a free one. Toxie caught out. And now in the grave, 2 versus 4, and it's looking like we're going to be going into overtime here. 25 seconds to work with. Limited utility. The bomb is going through Con fast. There are 2 players here to receive it. No utility to work with on the CT side. One Molotov, excuse me, and CVB could drop it at any moment. Soundcue's in. Ollie's down. Tiege does beat it. Bomb in his hand, but he's on an island by himself. And here we go, folks. 12-12. It's overtime.
Going OT. Oh, man. This is not what I expected when I said that this would be close. I was expecting a 13-10, 13-11, but I mean, finally, we see some team play, like a little bit of coordination come out of the Wagyu Warriors, and it's round winning, right? It gets the bomb down, it gets them that man advantage. They're not dry on info, and they can play around that information and rotate and trade and fortify, and we just need to see more of them in this first half of OT if they want to have a real shot at winning this game instead of being down, which it feels like they've been a step behind the entire game, especially since we switched sides.
All right, we have playing 10K. There's the point we're looking for. Be 15. Excuse me, 16. All set at 0, though. This is a brand new game for both teams right now. Nothing but buys to come through. Early nade damage has been done, but once again, very similar setup we've seen. But on the inverse, con control being taken by the Wagyu Warriors. Only one more player on the A side of the map. And Knight's going to fall off here. Damage is being done, however. USP coming through, Brew firing blanks. But it doesn't matter as he's got the first kill of overtime. And now the advantage going the way of the Wagyu Warriors.
Are they boosting? They're boosting.
They are.
Short. They're boosting short.
And he gets it. Brew gets the kill. Slows down. CVB gets tagged by an op. by Tej, but nothing to be found here. And oh, that's a great spot. They can rotate back. Knight drops the Molotov down. He's going to regress. Might walk into this op though. And the shot is missed, and Kando. Oh my god, a situation of a better player or a worse gun. Kando keeps his life alive here. Bomb goes down. Pork Puller's on a quick flank though. Gets one. Going for a second, and now Kando 11 HP, 3 kills defined. Smoke is dropped to his left. This has been a phenomenal round. It gets spammed through said smoke. So now the Owls, 13 to 12. Excuse me, wrong way. Wagyu Warriors won that round. 13 as well for the Wagyu Warriors. However, CT side is definitely their better side, so it's really a question of what they can do on the T side.
Is this the first time we've had a cow lead the entire game?
On this map,
Like
yes.
a real sizable cow lead?
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff out of Pork Puller. I mean, it looks like he just woke up and he's finding impact. That was a great lurk out of front bathrooms. I feel like maybe Cow's starting to finally find the recipe to succeed on their CT side to counter this more slow, measured pace that's coming out of the Owls a lot of the time, and we're starting to see it take effect.
We are the sub buff, alive and well right now. Tej was going to walk through that smoke phase at the Molotov. Keeps him at bay. Look at this. There's no one on the A side of the map for the Owls. They are full committed towards B, and that flashbang was huge. CVB able to escape behind the pillar and actually gets a one as well. Reaggressing, might get a second one. Isn't aware of the player close jail. However, Tej does get one back, but they're still looking towards B. Bomb hasn't come through yet. Right now, it's just one player fighting through for his life. No one there to assist him, and now they're going to come crushing down on him. Smart Superman gets one. Now they're rotating up, but the man advantage firmly in the hand of the Wagyu Warriors.
Knight alone on this A site. Pork Puller's rushing up to help him, but the T's are here. They have the bomb site.
Tuxa gets one, Tuxa gets two, and oh no. Wagyu Warriors, their defense crumbling down as Smart Superman and Brew have to retake. They're grouped up together, and Op is in play. Not what you want in this situation. 3 players are low on the side of the Owls. That rifle could be paramount here, but this isn't a movie so far. Smart Superman going to go ahead and readjust towards the bank position. Brew looks like he's going to walk through the smoke, and that he does. Flashbang out, he goes for the blind fire. He has 3 bullets, has to reload at this point in time. Clock is ticking down, and Kando's already flanking. Superman down. Brew here has to be a hero himself, and he's dropped as well, and we are all tied up once again.
Okay, so this is my favorite Kando strat that we got to see that round. So they went B, but then they went A.
Mm-hmm.
The variation of that is that sometimes they go A, but then they go B. This team likes to fake a lot.
Sounds like we're page 17 of the strat book here. We're going deep.
We're on a critical round here. Around Couts and OT, of course, but getting that edge on your first half, knowing that there's only 2 to go to win the map, that was nice.
Ashamed has a read on this aggression. Utility being exchanged. Ashamed actually getting the brunt of it. Tuxie is close in con, however. But look at the control being taken here by the Wagyu Warriors. All of Fountain is theirs, as is the playground. We're only 40 seconds into the round, so they know it's going to be a tunnel towards B. However, Brew is the only one on the bomb site currently. 4 versus 5, and they have the bomb going down. The rotations are on, but Tej gets one. Pork Puller gets one with the USPS in con somehow. Your guess is as good as mine. So they will be able to rotate through, and the retake is on that. Molotov is going to deter them. Smoke being tossed. Smart Superman's going to get aggressive, playing behind the smoke. Kando is posted for something of this type, but he might get caught off with the timing here. Caught with a great nade, but a better shot from Ashamed here. 4 versus 2. Smart Superman walks into a crosshair. Pork Puller looking like he might as well. Gets 1. Clock is ticking down. HP is low. 20 bullets in the magazine. Make it 8. A crazy spam comes through, but nothing to be found off of it. Tej dying, adds to the stat line, but 14-3 is the score line going into the second half of OT.
Yeah, they always find their footing on that T side again. Just kind of looking for their picks and exploding off of them. Not letting the map control from the Wagyu Warriors really phase them. You want to take this part of the map? We'll be over here with the bomb site, buddy. Kando almost at 30 going into the second half of OT, too. Should highlight. We're Puller on 25, but I mean, Cow's just been trailing a lot of this game entirely. Whether it be rounds or or kills just across the board. They're just not quite punching to the level they need to be able to get and hold on to a lead, really.
Tuxie has 3 less ADR than Kando, but 9 less kills. That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to see. A real tagging but not bagging situation, but still bagging enough at 20 kills in 27 rounds. Here we go. As we start the 4th round of OT, we have flipped sides. This is the preferred side for Owls, at least in regulation here. We'll have to see if Wagyu Warriors made any adjustments so far. And right now, we're going to be seeing fountain control being taken. 1 player in water, 1 player towards outside. The bomb is shifting towards A early. A decent bit of utility being used early. Wagyu Warriors not going to have a lot for the execute, but still comfortable.
I don't want to make this first mistake here. Very slow, careful, probing around the map, throwing the utility to block off the important sight lines. Shame going a little bit of an island here.
Wow, dry swing. Works out. Ando, congratulations on your 30 bomb.
Critical kill. Getting that man advantage early on CT side is so nice.
Shamed. Looking like he could have overheated Tej. There to support him getting tagged as well. Spam going on, nothing to be found so far. But Pork Puller, of course, getting a headshot. Slow, getting tagged down, but the kills are going the way of the Owls once again. Now a 4 versus 2. Smart Superman with the op in hand, and oh! How do you lose that? Tej gets the pick, walks into the crosshair, sends him packing, and now Cub is 1 versus 4, making it 1 versus 3, potentially 1 versus 2. The COD reload, and he is gone. 15-13 match point for the Owls, and oh my god. What a round, folks.
1 round separates the Owls from the trophy. From a dismal performance on Anubis to an absolute return to sender on Ancient. And now this all-out brawl that Overpass has been. Just 1 round is all they need, man. Wagyu Warriors stop them. They get to an OT2. Best they can hope for at this point.
That's water control. They're going to go even aggressive past it. Smart Superman here is calm, but the aggression is going towards the B bomb site right now. Early duels were in. Nothing was found. Kansas lining up for a spam. Brew is on the other side and might catch a couple bullets. Keeps his life. And that nade could be massive here, and it doesn't deliver as we would have thought. Smartest Superman, however, is coming to bring his body over to the occurrence here. Drops the bomb out, then picks it up. The classic. Spam's coming through, damage being done, no kills being found, still 5 versus 5 at this point. Brew is tucked in the corner behind the sandbag position. Could go for a dry fight here, maybe get an assist with the flashbang. CVB still sitting in con, but all of the players are towards the B bomb site again for the Wagyu Warriors. Fortunately for them, Owls is unaware. Kando is here, the beacon of the team. 53 seconds. Flashbang. Utility's coming through. This is the commitment. Kando goes for the swing, gets 1, gets traded back by Cub. However, Tuxie, though, in the position, doesn't get spotted, slow gets 1. 2 versus 3. This could be the end of it. This could be the finals going the way of the Owls. The bomb can't get planted, but the aggression is coming through. Once again, the lineup is there. The bomb is put down, but now there's a 1 versus 2. Smartest Superman had a slow start here, but could be a hero for the team as he is dropped, and that is it, folks. Owls winning Premier, winning the grand finals, winning map 3 in overtime. Wouldn't want it any other way. And here we are, folks, with your champions.
Congratulations to the Owls winning the whole thing, dang thing in overtime. What a series! That was a great series.
Kando, 32-17. Wow.
Yeah, that's a star player performance for sure.
Oh, what
Absolutely.
What do you have on your what are you wearing, Proto?
Oh,
What is that?
Sorry. I mean,
oh, okay.
My AVI jersey's in the mail, so
okay, understandable.
I've always been a fan, you know, of
Mhm.
of Hawkish and the Owls, Kando. So yeah, my jersey's in the mail. But congratulations again to the Owls. Fantastic, well played, great CS.
Absolutely. Coming off the 2-1 win. Gentlemen, you guys are hot off the cast. I'll give you a moment to relax and recap. For anyone who missed it, Cal with the first map, taking it 13-3, but then AVI taking it to Ancient 13-5, and we just witnessed Overpass a 16-13 victory. We're having an interview soon as well with a player from the winning team. But before we get to that, really quick, gentlemen, what went wrong for Cal there in that last game?
I talked about it a lot, but I think a lot of the time they just seem to be out of step in a way that you just can't be at this level, right? People have the aim to punish those weird individual plays more often than not, and uh, you can only get away with it so many times. And we kind of saw that, especially as we got into those later stages of Overpass. So, I believe we have. What do you think, Landon?
I would say that it's kind of what you said. There was honestly, we saw it a lot here, where it looked like even when they have two players on a bomb site together, it was like two separate islands. Someone in chat said that, and I stole it from them. To be honest with you, but it was a very good way of explaining it. It seems like there was no setup for trade frags most of the time. AVI was able to get one and then a second kill even. Like you can't have the lack of refrags coming in. That'll just you'll lose every game like that. If there's not at least enough coordination to where you can get trades, you can't do anything. You just lose the man advantage quick, and then you're not able to retain it or even take advantage of it. So we saw that a lot. It was a stark contrast, especially from like a map like Anubis, where there was a lot of teamwork. There was a lot of trades going their ways. Going to Overpass here, we knew it was a map they didn't play a lot, and it really just didn't work out for them here.
Yeah, absolutely. One player I kind of want to highlight, we mentioned it earlier on in the night. Smartest Superman with a couple of okay clutches, especially on round 7 there to kind of keep them in the game. But unfortunately, not so great after. Playing a pretty decent game, but perhaps maybe a weak spot for the Wagyu Warriors. But now moving over to the AVI, the Owls, I mean, Kando continuing to pop off, absolutely. But now in this game, we see Slow, we see Tuxie with 380 utility damage in the first half. So again, now the support is coming in for the Owls. And I mean, of course, you guys were just casting it, but how do you think, especially towards the end of the game, we saw it was really back and forth. But how do you think they started stepping up towards the end of the game?
I mean, I think you can look at it simply. You look at map 1, basically no one was awake. You had Kando. You go to map 2, all of a sudden you have Kando who's awake, Tuxie's awake. You go to map 3, and the entire team is awake. A Shame shows back up. Slow has his rounds. Tej has his utility. I mean, everyone was there by the end of the series for AVI. And once you have everyone firing like that, it is really hard to break a team.
Yeah, I think a really good highlight of just how much trust there is, and like how crucial trust is to playing Team CS, and the style that the Owls kind of brought to the table was just, if the guy next to you has a call, if he has a setup that he wants to go for, um, you just trust, and you play it out, and you trust that it'll go the way they're saying. And we saw a lot of that when Tuxie jumped across to get traded out by Kando, and just how they play their different situations out. But I believe we have Kando joining us.
Hello,
right
hello.
now.
Speaking of Kando,
That's
Hello.
that's not my name anymore. It's Can Drizzy.
Drizzy,
Let's get some
Can
respect from the
Drizzy.
casters. I'm just kidding.
You got it 50% of the time, I can tell you that.
How's it going?
I mean, it's going great. We should ask the same about you. How's it going for you?
Oh, things are good.
Coming off that win.
Yeah, I mean, what a series. I'm fucking tired. Sorry if I'm not allowed to swear, but it's
That's okay.
mentally draining. 3, and I mean, I think it's more mentally draining just the fact that like that last game was just overtime as opposed to just like the first 2 games. As you guys probably saw, were kind of stomps on either side, and going into Overpass, we haven't played Cal on Overpass before, so new territory obviously, and yeah, probably our weaknesses and our strengths on both sides really showed on Overpass.
Yeah, so I do want to just back it up real quick.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, what was the mental like after game one? Because you mentioned you're kind of
Oh, I
getting a little bit
was.
warm, trying to get into it, but what's the team like?
I mean, I was fucking furious. I mean, like, we're starting T side because, like, and again, like, it was their map pick. I wanted to start T side just because, like, hey, like, let's warm up in the game. You know, like, we don't need to be worried about holding angles. Let's take the fight to them. And our comms and our trading was just so uncoordinated. I was just like, all right, well, we're mentally resetting into this game on Ancient, and we're going to go from there. So, you know, I tried not to tilt too much, and I think Tuxie and Ashamed on my team were both saying, hey, you know, like, don't tilt. We've played Ancient over and over again. We've never lost it in CSC, and we're going to take it to map 3. And yeah, I mean, it was tough, definitely. Tough start.
Well, and you certainly did bring it back. I mean, you personally, to call out your stats, Anubis 6-15, but then on Ancient, you went 16-4 just in the first half, ending 24-6. So shout out to you and of course the rest of the team for keeping mentally in it. So then you win now map 2 pretty convincingly. What are your thoughts going into Overpass? I mean, you knew probably they were relatively strong or prepared. Were you ready for such a back and forth game?
You know, I mean, the thing is, we haven't really pracked almost at all. So I think we were just like really just going to lean into our defaults and just like those mid round calls. I think I am, you know, my IGL experience is very limited. And so I was really relying on the rest of the team to figure out, hey, like, where are their weaknesses? What space are they giving up? And kind of going from there. So, yeah, I mean, look, credit to my entire team because I couldn't have done it without them. And yeah, I guess to answer your question, just, I don't know. Again, I haven't seen Cal play on Overpass before. So I was just going to play my game and we were going to play our game. And that's what we did.
Well, and it was a great game to watch. It was certainly fun, maybe a little stressful to play, but you got the victory. And one last question: do you have any words for the fans or people out there that now that you're the season 14 or season 13, excuse me, champions?
Yeah, shout out to my entire team. Ashamed. Thank you so much for just being kind of second round calling. I really appreciate that. Tux just saving me on all those entries. If you guys watched that Overpass game, Tux just went absolutely wild on T side and unbelievable. Slow, thank you so much as well. You know, we pulled up Slow from Elite and he's been hanging with the big boys. So, like, credits to him. He's been an excellent side anchor and, especially like on those lurk rolls, he's been doing really great. And then finally for Tej, he obviously missed pretty much every other match day because he had ESEA, but he really came alive. And I think on that last map, it really showed. Like, I was kind of worried about the op affecting our eco if we lost with it, which happened actually, a couple times throughout Ancient and Anubis as well. But I think, putting full trust into Tej and just making and allowing him to giving him the space to really work with the op wherever he wants, I think was probably our key to success over on Overfest. And yeah, thank you to Hawkish because bird up, I guess.
Bird up indeed. Gentlemen, do you have any questions?
I wanted to ask, actually, could you notice between especially map 1 and map 2, did you notice that your team was coming alive around you? We saw Toxie have an insane map 2, and then by map 3, the entire team was firing at all cylinders. It was like just the change of the vibes, especially between map 1, something that you could tell playing on the server was changing for you guys there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I was coming out of map 1 was just that I was trying to set up my team to take those initial fights. And I think oftentimes I kind of fall back into almost a support role just to make sure that I'm enabling my team. And I think going into Ancient, I was just like, this strategy is not working. Like, I need to make impact. And, we started off T side, we started off hot. And after that, I think we just rallied around that. So yeah, I mean, you're totally right. Like, it was a big mental shift to get ourselves out of map 1.
Proto, any question?
Yeah, actually, this is your second trophy in CSC, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
doing it twice. You've done it in Challenger and now Premier. coming back next season to try to go for the repeat?
My MMR might be just be a tad too high to do that, but we'll see. We'll see. I think, I've had a good run, since Challenger Season 9. So honestly, this might be it. I'm not about here to pull a comrade from last season, say I'm gonna retire, come back, and then not make playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it's gonna be.
All right, well, awesome. It's been a blast watching you tonight, and it's been a blast watching you the entire time you've been playing CSC. So when you come back, can't wait to watch some more.
Thanks, guys.
Stuff.
I appreciate you guys having me, and again, shout out to my entire team. Like it was kind of poetic, like we had a sub every single match day, even through the semifinals, and we come into this prem finals with all 5, and we showed everybody what our team was built around. You know what I mean? So thank you guys, and shout out to the casters and the observers as always. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for the interview. Again, congratulations to AVI. Condolences to Cal coming in second this season. Gentlemen, great cast on the evening. And as well, shout out to the production, Freeman and Nexus on the Observing Mechatronic, our wonderful production. Thank you all so very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the Counter-Strike. Check out csconfederation.com. Join the community, get involved. There's more Counter-Strike. There's plenty of Counter-Strike here. Thank you all for watching.